my favorite team. I can't afford those tickets. Like,
Well, I'm just saying, like,
I can't afford.
I was using you as an example.
If my favorite team was the team in which I lived in their city,
Your favorite team is Tampa Bay.
no, right? I am not a bandwagoner. I wish Tom Brady all the luck, but I'm a Patriots fan, and I accept that the next few years we're gonna be like the fucking Cowboys. I get it, but hey, we still have the greatest coach ever, and that's all that fucking matters. But no, if I was a fan of the Ravens, obviously live in Baltimore.
Will Belichick shows up in Tampa.
When Will Belichick shows up in Tampa, I'm jumping ship. I'm gonna be honest.
Your description of your new job just made it sound like that's what you do.
Sex is easy, bro. Sex is dumb easy. You just bend over and take.
COVID hasn't got you down yet?
I couldn't give a fuck about COVID. I drink.
It doesn't have you down yet? It doesn't give you anxiety? What?
Look, man.
What?
I'll tell you what, man. Like the second the second I don't have to, and when I say have to, I mean, in order for me to get into an establishment, I have to wear a mask.
You have to wear everywhere you go.
As soon as I don't see those signs anymore, I'm ripping the fucking thing off.
Me too.
I'm
Me
sorry. Call it what it is. Comment whatever. Fuck you. You're an idiot. Like, you're just a fucking idiot. You think you gotta? Especially like the people that wear them either when they're just walking outside in the fucking like nature,
Yeah.
or they're in their own cars with their windows rolled up.
Right.
Or you gonna give yourself fucking coronavirus?
But
Like,
but don't you think that that's
you're an
something with
idiot.
them, like helping them cope with all this news that they're
I
seeing
don't
and all
care
this
what
stuff?
I don't care what they got to cope with. Get on a boat and go somewhere. Like, go get to your.
But
own
where are
little
they going to
island.
go?
Their own little COVID.
Quarantine themselves away
their
from
own
the
little
population.
paranoid COVID.
So are you in the
island.
sense of like, so do you not want to spread it, or are you just annoyed by the people who are taking it too
I'm not
seriously?
100% sure that there's even anything to spread. Just being honest.
You might get us kicked off YouTube talking like that.
So
I'm
we
gonna
should
post
switch
it though.
the fucking
I'm gonna
topic.
post it. I'm gonna post it though.
We probably will get kicked off because why? Why would we get kicked off? Because that's
'Cause they
not-
kick people off
Because that's
fucking-
not the narrative. Fuck off. I hate it. And then those people, you're gonna trigger my anxiety. You're gonna trigger my trigger, bitch. Like,
Oh, Jimmy jumped on it. Jimmy jumped on it. Well, you know.
other than dealing with these, I'm sorry.
Have you had anyone?
Morons,
Have you had anybody like tell you to put your mask on when you're like walking up? Do you put your mask on in the car and then walk up, or do you
No,
like
I do it.
wait until you get there and then you put it on?
I do it as soon as I enter the fucking
The
door,
facility
like, the
where
facility.
If
Well,
they
I
can
have
kick
to
you
do
out,
it.
I'm gonna where you have to do
Like,
it.
I'll swing the door open. It's still hanging off one ear.
Right.
Because I'll put it on one ear and I'll swing the door open before I walk in. I'll put the fucking.
But where do you think?
together on.
Because where do you think there should be a line? Because
Because
obviously,
like, I'm not gonna challenge. I'm not gonna be that guy. That's like, I'm gonna test it and not wear it until somebody says something.
Right.
I'm not gonna be that guy.
But you're
right?
being-
I'll do it because I know that those are the rules, right?
Right.
I'll do it.
right. But you're at least being reasonable. You're meeting them in the middle with it. You're
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah,
just-
I don't like it.
The
but
second Larry Hogan's fat ass comes out there and goes, you don't have to wear it anymore. Fuck, I'm burning it.
Right.
Not safe. You still got to wear a mask. Eat my shit.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at on that. I don't know about you, but that's where I'm at. That's just my opinion.
I guess they're like, I'm gonna go around this fucking guy. So he starts going around me, hits my fucking mirror, and I'm like, well, you gonna stop? I had never been more wrong in my fucking life.
He didn't stop.
He was
He
like,
didn't stop.
it was almost as if he was like, fuck that nigga's mirror. And he just kept going. And I'm like,
Bob couldn't handle it.
I'm like, hold up. There's cars up there. He can't get through those cars. Again, I've never been more wrong in my fucking life. I was like, how these fucking cars get between all those cars? And I was like, you're not going to stop? Well, I'm going to go, nigga. So I started chasing the motherfucker in my car. And like, I guess he realizes I'm fucking following him. And he's just like, he doesn't want to be caught. So he's fucking dipping through fucking streets, and I'm like, I'm following him, and I almost crashed at one point, hitting this really tight turn. But we get to Hanover Street,
Bob was seeing red.
before the bridge. Yes,
He took your mirror and he kept going.
We're gonna get to that. But yes, I am blood is all I see. I want this person dead. Like, so we're driving, and I'm like, I can't fucking get his fucking tag or whatever. Like, I'm trying to take a picture of it. I'm trying to drive at like probably 80 miles an hour on a fucking 25 mile an hour street. So, so I'm like, I'm about to do some GTA shit. So his car's here on the right. I'll pull up to the left of it. I fucking tap his shit. I try to tap his shit. His back to like get his shit out of
GTA.
I tried to do this shit, bro. I tried to do this shit. But I guess he was used to that GTA shit, and he stopped just before I hit him. So my shit was like, skirt, and my shit hit the guardrail like boom, and my shit, I was like, fuck, and they just drove off, and I was like, motherfucker. So I get out the car.
He beat him.
I get out the car, and I'm like, ain't this some shit? And like, I see like fluid and shit. I see my car crumpled into the guardrail. At this time, I don't know what's what.
Literally
but
crumpled.
I'm like, let me get the fuck out of the car because I see the fluid. Call the cops. Cops eventually show up. Didn't take them too long because the police station's right down the street. But yeah, we're going through all this shit. Hold on, we're gonna get to that shit. We're going through all this shit. And I'm like, I wasn't drinking. Of course I didn't tell him everything that just fucking happened.
Right.
I was like, yeah, somebody hit me. And whatever. I didn't tell him everything.
You were officer. You were watching police. You saw the police do that on cops. Here's Bob Hollywood's going to attempt the pit
He
maneuver.
saw that shit on cops too. He was like, not today, nigga.
That guy was smart enough to.
That's brilliant, man.
So we're sitting there talking
All
to
you
him.
had to do was hit your. I didn't know that.
Apparently.
I wouldn't have known
Apparently.
that. I would have tried to do the
Let me
same
see the
thing.
cops pulling the pit maneuver, bitch.
So now you know. He actually helped you out.
But while we're there, while I'm talking to the officer, this car comes up, like a different car. And like, these people get out the car. And I'm at my car, the officer's at his car is like a few, I can't hear what they're saying necessarily. And then they get in their car and they leave. And the officer's like, you sure you weren't drinking? And I'm like, yeah, I was working all night. Of course I wasn't drinking. And he's like, well, they just told me such and such. And I was like, I don't even know who the fuck they were. Like, nobody was here. So I'm assuming that was the niggas that pulled that reverse pit maneuver, hopped in a different car, and they were like, yeah, this nigga was wildin'. Like,
Or maybe it was somebody that saw him.
Well, if
They saw
you
the-
had seen the whole thing,
So
the
they-
officer probably would have said something completely different.
so
Like,
they-
oh, you want to be a cop, nigga? Well, you going to jail today.
I trust her. That's the biggest part. That's the biggest part of friendship. Trust.
It's like you say my balls were too big like the first year, but in the end, your pussy was too fat in the second year.
Oh my God!
Hold up.
Oh
Hold
my
up.
God!
Whilst I do not have a pussy, that sounds like a compliment. Like, who doesn't like a fat pussy? Like, I don't want it to be, oh, your pussy. If she would have said your pussy was too thin, I'd have been like, fuck, man, you fucking cutting deep. I will say it. Yes, she told the truth. It was probably 15 fucking minutes, but it's because she would give me a shot, and I'm thinking that she's taking a shot too. Right. And it was like maybe 3 shots later that she's like, I don't really want this shot. Why don't you have my shot too? That she poured, mind you. And I'm like, well, why is your shot is halfway and mine's full? And she's like, I just changed my mind on this one. So I take the shots, and I'm like, okay, it's 2 shots. I'm not going to let them get wasted. But then she's like, do you want another one? And I think at that point, I was too far gone to be like, no, I don't want any more. Please, no more, sir. I was like, yeah, give me another shot. And she just kept giving them to me. So you talking about that first year you woke up in the field? That second year, I'm out in the fucking field. I don't even know how I got there. I do not remember leaving out that house.
I was there for you. I watched you. I took care of you. You just was flopping around, and I couldn't hold you.
He was flopping around.
I couldn't.
I couldn't.
I
hold-
did everything
You're
I
a big
could.
boy, Bob.
No,
You're
but,
a big boy.
No. Before you can say anything else, I'm done. I'm not gonna do this with you. No.
Oh, Dreamer, it's all right. Dreamer. Dreamer, though. Are you
Let her
serious?
leave. Let
Are
her
you
leave.
serious? Is she serious?
This pussy was too fat and juicy for her. Let her leave.
Damn.
All I'm saying is, I don't know if she...
Dreamer.
Fuck her. Let her leave.
No, that's ridiculous.
sincere about my little spoon shit, bro. Like, first
I
off,
don't think you could ever. Oh no, the timer started over
I
again.
can't afford those.
Oh, there we go. We're back. We're back.
Spit out my water.
I think we're here now, guys. I think we're here. Welcome. Oh, I didn't hit live on the Instagram. I like to do the Instagram because we don't necessarily get too many people on here live.
I realized I wasn't following the Instagram.
Wow.
Wow. I thought I was, bro. I feel like maybe
Oh.
you kicked me off or some shit. I don't fucking
Oh, I haven't been on the.
fucking possible.
I've just been posting mine on my regular IG. I forgot that we had the SVR one.
Okay.
I bet I could figure out a way to do the SVR one on here. That would be the way to go. What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing out there in internet land? We're back for Spitting Venom Radio number 69, and Bob was that was some thick tongue action right
Hey,
there.
bro, you
I could
gotta-
hear the flip. It was just hitting really,
Just
really
say
hard.
You can't do what I can do and accept it, yo. Like,
Exactly.
hold on, my fucking fuck it, yo. I tried to listen, but my fucking it won't connect, man.
Audio's not working.
Well, no, it won't connect because I took it out the case for too long and I don't have my fucking case. This
Yeah.
fucking whack ass technology. When I become president, everything's gonna work perfectly.
It's those weird Bluetooths where you gotta like double hit it and then like, because I just got me the what are those it's the Bose ones, but they're the wireless ones. They used to be the sport ones, but they
Fucking
yeah.
fancy.
I feel so spoiled using them, but I'm afraid I'm gonna lose them.
You guys know Ron's making the big bucks in
I'm
the
gonna
professional
lose
wrestling
him.
with his fucking bow. Bro, these motherfuckers won't stay on my ears. And the ones I had previously, I literally lost one. Don't know how. Thought I put it in my case.
That sucks. What kind are those? Does it stay in your ear?
No, these ones do not stay in my
come
ears
out.
very well. These are Tozo. And I don't know if it's because I have it where like the letter is up, where the left is up. Maybe I should try it down to see if that works. But it's frustrating, this one. It is what it is, though.
Right.
Like, my sister gave them to me after I lost one of my other ones. So, I ain't complaining.
Real Rich said we are cats. Real Rich, Bob Hollywood's here. Bob Hollywood Real Rich usually asks about Bob Hollywood. So there goes.
I appreciate
there
it,
goes
man.
a little shot of Bob Hollywood there for you.
Hey.
Bob says hello. What's up? What's going on? What's up, everybody out there in Twitch land? What's up, Capybara? How are you, man? Shy's here. Happy Thursday. We got one more left till the end of the what's it? The end of the week? The end of the
I mean, not
till
for
Friday.
me, but I feel what you're saying. Like,
Yeah.
you got one of them good jobs, yeah.
I'm gonna have a
day.
busy weekend to myself.
I
and
gotta
that's
work 6 days a week,
Yep.
darling.
And mine's because I haven't worked. I've been slacking this week. I've been slacking this whole week, and now I got to make it up for the weekend.
I had a killer week not a killer week, but I actually put effort into Instacart last week, so that helped.
That helps.
But
That
I haven't
helps.
been. I just said I work 6 days a week, but I haven't been working that 6th day. I haven't done it this month. So Mondays are optional for me. My black ass is not got. Well, 2 Mondays ago it snowed,
Right.
and like I was like, it's optional. I'm not gonna stress it. And apparently, literally
So it shouldn't
everyone
be
at
that
work,
big of a deal.
including the supervisors, didn't come to work. So
So are you the only one?
no, I didn't go. But like,
Oh,
there
so
was
every-
one person from my team, he was like, "Yeah, I was the only person here." I was like, "Damn, even the soup didn't come." That's
Was-
fucked up.
So what the hell? What do you think he did all by himself then?
Well, the shit still came. So when we came in on Tuesday, everything was on pallets as opposed to being loaded into a truck.
Yeah.
Which is still fucking crazy, man, to think. I mean, I'm pretty sure they moved folks from other places, but when the soup didn't come in, and then this past Monday, I actually went to sleep on time. As on time as I could be.
Right.
Because I had company. And as on time as I could be. And my father called me, and I was already asleep. And he was like, I need you to come get me so we can go put air in your mother's tire or whatever. And I was like, cool, whatever. And I didn't get back home until like midnight. And I
Right.
was going to be getting up at 1, or at least my alarm was set to 1. And I was like, Mondays are optional. Let me turn this alarm off. But then the fucking Monday soup, he called me at like 3:30. I didn't know because he had a different number. I didn't even know what time he was supposed to be to work because like I didn't take a picture of the schedule. And like I text him,
you were just
I
kinda-
text everybody that I had their number. Nobody knew. His number was different. He changed his number. So I got a call. I woke up at 3:30 from the phone. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck this is. Went back to sleep. And then a dude that I do have the number and he called me, also didn't answer even though I knew it was. And so yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to fucking work, man. I'm tired. And I was a dick. I called my job at like 7:30 in the morning or whatever. I was like, yo, y'all still need me? And just Just to be at there,
After
like,
like
we're almost done, man. Like,
After most of the work's done,
Right.
hey, y'all don't need me, right?
I'll come in. And like, man,
But
I
if
told-
the job's already almost done, I
Right.
mean, why bother? Why bother so much? If the job's already done, I mean, you guys really want me to drive all the way in?
Right.
You
You want me
know?
to brush my teeth?
Right. I
Come
gotta
on,
brush
man.
my
I got
teeth
to put
for this?
lotion on. No, man. Like, I'll
Put
do it
lotion
if you need me to. If you even want me to. But if you don't want me there, I'm just going to stay where I'm at.
That's okay.
right. I'm going to
okay.
be here and be square, bro. That's
Just be honest.
Hey,
Just be honest, you know? Let me come back. I want to come back.
I want to come back.
Just
I'll
not today.
probably be there this Monday. Because, whew, man. Like, it's rough in these streets with work, but it is what it is.
It is.
man.
Yeah, that's the thing. It is what it is. But
Kids
hopefully,
don't need to eat, man. You
no,
know what I mean?
no,
It's overrated.
no.
eating. They needed to eat, they'd get jobs.
Get some kicks.
If like
Get some cereal and just split it up in between
if the
them.
government
handful
thought
a
the
day.
kids needed to eat, they would have never enacted labor laws.
Exactly.
So obviously
Exactly.
the government don't give a fuck about kids. If they can't get out here and get it out the mud,
Mm-hmm.
look at Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne been fucking working since he was like 12, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
And now kids can't do that now.
They threw him up on that stage and was like, "Come on, get to work."
That
And
shit's
he
crazy, man.
generated a lot of income for the motherfuckers, though.
I mean,
Hey, it worked.
Fucked up part is Lil Wayne wasn't even the best one, but it's like he just stuck around.
just like-
I guess
What
everybody
was
else
it
went
about
to
him? Was it
fucking
like
I
charisma?
think
Is it
everybody
just
else
the-
went to prison.
Oh.
Except for fucking Juvenile. Juvenile was just like he was the oldest. And
was
I
just-
guess he
yeah,
was just
he
like,
just-
I'm not letting this nigga baby this mango baby kiss me. And he dipped out. But Turk and BG, they was locked up. Like, and Lil Wayne, he was just cool. He didn't get locked up. So,
Right.
Until later.
Right,
So-
right. But that was like, what was it? What was that video that we were watching with him? Was it like for taxes or something like that?
I guess one of his homies had got caught for some shit. And I guess they figured he'd be an excellent fucking witness. And
Right.
they learned that day that Lil Wayne keeps it 10 toes, baby. He wasn't
Not one.
saying shit. And I don't mean he wasn't snitching.
No, right.
He wasn't saying shit.
I don't recall.
He was like, I don't recall. They were like, are you a rapper named Lil Wayne from Louisiana? That does not sound familiar. I'm like, what? You can do that? Like,
Right. It's like, this is common knowledge. We know who you are.
You're Lil Wayne. That does not sound familiar.
It just escaped me at the
Like,
time.
I do
don't-
not even listen to rap. Like, damn, bro.
Country
like-
all the way.
Lil Wayne
Darius
got,
Rucker guy. He struck me as a Darius Rucker type of guy.
Lil Wayne's got the biggest dick on the planet after that, bro. It's like, you can get away with anything. Lil Wayne could slap my mother, and I'm like, well, she must have did
He
something.
didn't have right.
Like, she must have done something.
She had to have done something. Mom, what did you do?
Why did you piss off Lil Wayne? Like,
Right.
that's funny.
Fucking Little Wayne. That's the thing about it though, because it's tough for us going out there, and they forced Little Wayne whenever he was 12 years old to get out there and get on the stage. And if you would have just bought Bitcoin whenever it was like, I don't know, like at 5 cents,
You would never have to work.
you see like what Bitcoin's at? It's like at 43,000, and that all started off at the little.
It's a fucking point.
It's crazy. It's crazy because I've never been, like growing up, it's not like we were around people who would have remotely even had an idea of what that stuff is,
Right.
So it's like we're coming into it as adults, reading about it and seeing it, and then you've seen like the Elon Musk Dogecoin stuff going on, and you see like all this craziness happening, and it seems
too late
like
for that.
yeah, and it looks like there's a lot changing now, especially with the economy, because a lot of people who didn't have access to those games, I guess they're games, really.
I mean, it's gambling.
It's gambling.
definitely
You're gambling
100%
on
gambling.
companies, really.
Right, and yeah, and like there's ways to manipulate it, just like it's ways to manipulate, I guess, a blackjack table. It's
Right.
just looked at differently. I mean,
guess,
they're both
yeah.
they're still wrong things you're not supposed to do. and
Right.
shit,
There's
but-
rules and parameters they want
rules.
you. Right.
But at the same time, it's a game. It's a game that you play with money, just like if you go to a casino. It's no different. It's
Yeah.
just maybe longer term.
Right. But
'Cause-
you are taking calculated risks.
Right.
And
Ideally.
you might lose a little.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't be taking calculated risks. I just be like, I don't give a fuck
All
about
in.
this money right this second.
YOLO,
Hey,
bitch.
YOLO, I can lose this $40. What,
Yep.
$30? Because I got one stock that I bought for like $30-something, and it's like $40-something now. And I only bought one. It's not like I'm rolling in dough, but it's like.
But that's the thing, though. You know.
Right.
If you can continuously get like a small one, and then it grows, and then another one, and then it grows, and then you offset it because some of them's not, you know.
That's why I like the penny stocks, man, because it's like you can spend $20 on something that's essentially worthless, and it could potentially become so much more. But if it's not, you lost $20. You waste $20 every. I don't want to say every day, but
Yeah,
people waste.
I could waste $20
Yeah,
every day.
I know I could,
Yep.
but people waste money all the fucking time. Like, you don't need Taco Bell on lunch on Wednesday. Just put that in the store.
Right.
And I'm not
Right.
saying I don't want to be one of those people like, well, if you work hard, if you stop getting your latte. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying every now and then pause
Right.
and just be like, this fucking stock is worth 2 cents. I mean, do some research.
Yeah,
Like, what field
yeah.
is it in? How's that field in general?
Does it
Like,
have a shot of going
right,
up just
like,
a little?
Like with like marijuana stocks, those probably were not Amazon level, and then they shot up and they're worth more than they were just because now it's legal.
Right.
So I'm putting all my money right now on heroin and crystal meth. I'm just waiting.
You know
for that
that's
shit
coming.
to-
It's coming.
They're going to legalize all that
See,
shit.
it's
but-
already legal in Seattle, baby. We're
Imagine
coming.
shit if they're actually, well, I guess not heroin, but actually the fucking opioids are probably because that's all
yeah.
America is.
Right. That's the thing. Well, that's where the heroin
right.
problem's
Like
coming
once
from
you can't
anyway.
afford your prescriptions anymore, I guess you start
The heroin's a little cheaper.
or it's just easier to put in your body. I don't fucking know, folks. I don't mean to offend anybody, but it's all the same kind of high.
It's
you
the
know?
yeah. Like I mean, I've never done heroin, and I've never done. I think I've had opiates for
Right, you
injuries
might have,
or
like,
whatever, you know.
painkiller, like-
Yeah, but I don't remember ever having a problem where I felt like, I needed it, you
Well,
know,
I
like
can tell because you're not like
right,
people,
right.
like those
But you
people-
know, like a lot of my family members have that in them,
Right.
you know, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's just something in you that's kind of more drawn to that. Like
I
you're
mean,
more likely
they
to,
do
you
say,
know.
yeah, it's a hereditary thing. I mean, anybody can become an addict, but definitely if you have predisposition, just like fucking like heart disease or cancer is more, you know what I mean?
Yep.
These are things
Yep.
that anybody can get depending on lifestyles and sometimes just luck of the draw, but there are
That's
people
true.
that are just genetically predisposed to it.
Yeah.
So that fucking sucks. But like, yeah, there's fucking soccer moms and shit. They hurt their fucking foot or something, and they get these prescriptions, which doctors were just filling out willy nilly,
Like nothing.
and they probably still are.
Yep.
And it's like you get it hooked. Like this pill, I guess, definitely takes your pain away. And either it just feels so good that you just always want to take it, or
It's
you
gotta give you some
genuinely
type of buzz.
have a pain that might, and you're mentally just be amplified when you're not taking this medicine. You know, I mean, the medicine is definitely addictive.
This reminds me of a wrestling story, and I don't remember exactly which wrestler it was, so excuse me for this, but he was talking about how they would take opiates and they would try to time it right. So he was like, okay, I'm about to go wrestle. I'm going to take this opiate like right before I go wrestle so that by the time I get back and cool down, it's going to kick in and I'm just going to be chill. I'm going to be chill for the rest of the night. So he went and did that, but he noticed that he ran out. He was like, "Oh, bro, can you? Yeah, you got one for me? Okay, cool." So he got one, took the pill right before he went out, and as he started coming back from the match, like everything started melting, everything started going, and it turns out like his friend gave him some MDMA or some Molly or some type of acid type thing to where he started tripping, and like just like it was like right when the bell rung. Everything just started going crazy and melting around him, and he had to get the fuck out of there. He almost had like a...
So this is... Please say it was at least post-match.
Yeah,
Okay.
post-match. Yep, because he took it before. But luckily, it was only like a 15, 20-minute match.
Right.
And then on his way back, it started to kick in, and he was like, what the fuck? So he ran back to the guy he was talking to. He was like, hey, what? Oh, shit, you gave me the wrong... Oh, no.
So that's another thing. I don't ever want to be so involved in the drugs. And, like, I believe you should party if you want to party. Like, ideally, it's only hurting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like we talked last week, I do edibles. Like, I fucking love that shit. But, like, I don't want to be so involved in drugs where it's like I'm at a party and somebody's like, here's some of this. And you don't give a fuck what it is.
Right.
And it's just like, oh, I'm here to get high. I don't want...
I'm just going to
I don't
grab,
want
give it
that.
to me and go.
Well, hopefully they're not popping it like that. But even just one, it's like if you don't know what it is, I don't want to be like, well, everybody else doing it. Like, I just don't.
Right. Everybody's doing it, so I'm gonna do it. I'm good to go now.
Like, if you explain what something is, and I'm like, always wanted to try it, and I'm in the right circle.
Right.
Like, you can't do
gotta
certain shit around everybody.
Right.
Because we've all been kids at a sleepover, and the first person that falls asleep gets fucked up.
Yep.
So I imagine it's the same thing, but as drugs.
Yeah.
So some people are going to take care of you. They're going to make sure you're not fucking running down the street buck naked or passed out in the field across the street from your aunt's house.
Exactly.
But some people aren't. Some people are going to be like, fuck that dude. Let's draw dicks on his face, or let's steal his money. Shit like that.
Yep. And that's the thing too, especially in wrestling, because they'll fuck with your gimmicks.
Yeah.
They'll fuck with all you. That's where the whole shitting in the bag thing came from.
I'm not learning. I've learned that wrestlers are probably some of the biggest assholes on the planet.
Yeah, they're like high schoolers. They're like high schoolers.
Funny to me.
Like with the games that they play with each other and stuff. Like all those little psychological games.
Because I wonder how long it would take to like. Because some people are more even keeled, some people are fucking chill, but everybody has like a breaking point.
There's a breaking point,
you know what I
right?
mean? So like, say you're those chill dude, and somebody shits in your bag, and you're like, all right, it is what it is. You let that shit go, but then next week something else, and eventually something's just gonna. It's either accumulation of all of it, or there's something specific that maybe you didn't even know was the fucking line, and they crossed that shit. So that's fucking crazy.
And it's just the wrong day,
right?
Because I'll just have a day where I'm just not as patient as I normally. I'm pretty fucking good with being patient. With guys our size, you learn as a young man. You learn
can't
quick.
Snap on everybody.
Yeah, even like at 15, people think that you're bigger. You're an adult by then.
No matter what.
You're the bad boy. You're the bad guy.
Right.
That's the challenge right there. Is knowing your circumstances socially as well.
Right.
But sometimes, man, I'm just like, fuck it. But that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
I mean, I've lost jobs like that. Like,
Yep.
I worked at Walmart. The manager came in the morning, and I just wasn't for the shit. I don't know if she was joking or not, but I fucking went off, and that was my last day at Walmart. So, like, it just happens. Like, everybody's human. We all get upset. Some of us control it a lot better than others.
Exactly.
And we all control it differently. Like, some people like get verbally just angry, like, man, fuck this, fuck that. And then some people punch holes in shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that right.
You know what I mean? And no matter what, like, if you punch a hole in something, somebody's like, well, what if that had been me? Like, bitch, it was the wall.
It was the wall. That's
like,
the
it's
point.
wrong. It's still wrong.
It's wrong, right.
It's like you didn't control your anger in that moment.
Right.
But nobody's perfect.
But the circumstances are, at least it's the wall.
Right. At least it was.
At least it's the wall. I think that's more of like a teenager thing, because I remember like I would go to like friends' houses and stuff, and some of them would punch holes in the walls. Mm-hmm. I never did that. I think I did it one time. I think I had an argument with an ex, and I punched the it was like the closet door. And those things. It was an apartment closet door. That shit can't. It made me look like a badass motherfucker there, man. But then afterwards, I'm like, God, no, I gotta pay for. No, why'd I do it? And she wasn't scared or anything. She was just like, that was stupid. Why did you do that? Just like that. See, this is the problem. This is the problem here. This is the problem.
Now you need to leave. You need to go.
You really need to leave.
Please go now. I'm not gonna say it again.
Capybara said, talking about when the whole getting high before you go out, like when Sandman got high on heroin and thought Sabu was Godzilla. I want to go back and watch that match. If that's true, we got to do a watch along with that.
Shit like that, bro. I wish there was a way to like neurologically just link everything. Like, how like there's a cloud for music. I wish there was like a cloud for memories, and Sandman could be like me versus Sabu, 1998, and like other people could literally see his high. Like, oh shit, he really sees fucking Godzilla. That would be awesome if you could experience other people's highs, bro.
Yeah, you could see what they're seeing. Because that whole melting, because that's what he was saying, like melting. And I've talked to other people who've done I've never done a trip like that or anything. That's too experimental for me. I've done weed and beer and probably pills, but I haven't done like pills like that. I've taken them by doctor.
I've done it by prescription, and I will say I abused it. Like, but I wasn't. I didn't allow after the prescription was gone. I was like, oh, there goes that fun. Like, it was just more like I took the pills, I got hit by a car. I took the pills, and they just made me tired. But I've learned, like, if I don't go to sleep, if I fight the sleepiness, I feel high. Like, I just felt good. And that's all it was. Like, I never was like, oh, my body feels so. It was just like more of a mental thing. It was like I'm drowsy as shit, but I'm gonna fight it. And
because you just want to keep your mental
just
state.
Felt fucking good. And I remember I did it once. I was still living with my parents, and it was like a weekend. It was like a Saturday or Sunday. And my father was like, I need you to take, this is weird because we were just talking about this shit right before. I don't know if it actually was when we started. He was like, I need you to take your mother's car and get some air in the tires. So I was thinking, I can't do that. I'm high as shit right now. I can't fucking drive. But I didn't want to say anything. Like me, I was an adult, but I didn't want to be like, yo, I can't drive right now.
Right.
So I forced myself to get sober. I guess I blew my high and I did it, but like, I was just in my head thinking like, it's not gonna work. Like somebody about to die, and I shouldn't have done it, but everything worked out. But like, I would want to do like hallucinogens of some sort, like
to see,
just to try it.
I have, because listening to Joe Rogan in the past, of course, DMT guy, you hear about like the mystic spiritual experience people have, and it helps people with their past, what's the thing?
Trauma,
yeah, it's like past trauma,
shit?
PTSD. Yeah, it helps with like they've done studies on soldiers with PTSD, and they would do the therapy, and it's like 70%, like a 70% like winning good approval, whatever the word is, 70% success rate. That's it. My brain, it's not working today, man. It's not working today.
You need some drugs.
That fucking Truly's fucked me up, man. I had a Truly.
About the Truly. I'll get it eventually, but yeah, it's like drugs,
I took the mango one, so you didn't.
Drugs are beneficial, man. This is a real mince right here. No one likes the mangoes. It's his own home, and he's drinking it.
I'm gonna take the L.
But yeah, drugs are fucking super beneficial, bro. Like
Capybara said. He said, talking about when Sandman was going after Sabu, he said, here, whenever Sabu was like climbing up the ladder, Sandman was walking up to him like, here, lizard. Wow. I love that that's going on in front of an audience.
Right. At least he was able to work.
Yeah.
Because we've seen wrestlers not be able to. We've seen wrestlers not even be able to get down the ring, Scott Hall. But,
Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake. Obviously, Jeff Hardy couldn't do his match.
That was but that one was pay-per-view. Like at least Scott Hall and Jake the Snake were like at indie
you had
shows.
To look at that. You have to look for that.
You have to look for it.
Right.
I just want to have a good pay-per-view, a good wrestling pay-per-view. I turn it on, and you see Jeff Hardy just
in the ring, just fucked up.
And this goes back to the conversation I had on my page where we were talking about how the wrestling business isn't shitty. It's just people who are shitty happen to be in the. Yeah, exactly. It's not all wrestlers are like that. It's not all. It's not the business. But I just saw a news article, and it was an indie wrestler didn't really get too high in like the hierarchy of things, but he got in trouble with like shit on the internet, like children shit. And everybody, and everybody was really messed up about it. And it's like, I've dealt with that guy before, and I know who he is and all that other good stuff. But that's not wrestling. Right. That's just somebody who participated in wrestling. But that's not wrestling. Is the wrestling.
Wrestlers aren't those people.
Right.
That person just happens to be a wrestler.
He's just that person. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's any fucking career. Like, because people are assholes in general.
Yeah.
But like
they hide shit. They hide shit. Like this guy was hiding some fucking horrendous stuff. And if you've been doing bad things and you hide stuff all the time, you're going to get really good at lying. You're going to get really good at hiding.
That's the fucked up part. Like, just to switch the topic.
I know.
No, it's the same topic, but it's like victim blaming. It's like like when people are like, well, why didn't this person come out sooner? It's because you're fucking asking why didn't they come out sooner? You're making it seem
always
like
something,
no matter what, they're wrong. So
right.
That's why they didn't say shit. And then some people go and ask the accused, and the accused is not gonna be like, of course I did her when she was 14.
Right.
No!
Right.
They're gonna fucking deny it and prey on the fact that you're familiar with them. And that's how they get away with shit. So yeah, people are horrible in all walks of life. People are horrible.
People are
but
people.
Obviously there are some that are worse. And you're just saying there's a lot of those worst people happen to be in the business of
Yeah,
professional wrestling.
yeah.
But that doesn't mean you shouldn't like wrestling or be a wrestler. It doesn't mean you are an asshole for wanting to wrestle.
Right.
It's just you're going to be surrounded by some.
Yeah,
Or a
and
lot
those
of them.
like it's easy to highlight the bad, the ridiculous shit like that too.
Right.
People aren't highlighting most of the people who just go to the shows and then just come back and just go to like Jerry Lawler was always. I mean, now there's like a bunch of stuff on him, but like he was known back in the day for just going and doing. He wasn't a partier. He wasn't. He would just leave and go off and play softball with his friends and lived a normal life, but he would wrestle. But after the shows, he's not out partying and going crazy. He's going home.
I mean, I will say when I find out that really anybody, no matter what their field is, that they're not a partier. Like when I found out Triple H was sober, I was like, you just wouldn't think it.
I wasn't expecting
Like-
it. Yeah.
Like, because everybody for the most, not everybody obviously, but you would think most people drink. You know what I mean? Like most
Right,
people
just in general.
have had an experience with it. But then you have those people that have never done it for whatever reason, whether they just never had the interest, they saw what it did to other people, but when you see it, like if you see like a rock star, if you turn on TV and they're like, yeah, James Hetfield's never fucking drank before, I wouldn't believe it just
wouldn't
because he's
believe
a
it, no.
fucking rock star.
Right.
And I'm not, that's wrong to say, I don't know if James, but like when you find out,
I think he was one of those that had issues for a while
Right.
and then he became sober.
Yeah, and I get and that's another story. Like I get becoming sober, but even then I'm like, well, wow, like you're still in this lifestyle, whoever you are, but you're sober, and you've been sober for 25, 30 years, and you're just like, obviously everything is calling you. You're still an addict.
Right.
It's just you fight that shit, and I think that's really fucking commendable. Like if you know you're going to go perform on stage, and not only you'll see people in the crowd with drinks, but what are some of your bandmates? You know, the
Yeah.
people that are closer, and it's just you. I guess at that point you just know why you stopped doing a certain thing,
Yeah.
and that keeps you strong in your convictions.
I
which
wonder.
is great.
I wonder what they do to keep themselves in that mindset because they spent so much time that being regular. Their regular life is like, okay, we'll have some drinks and then blah blah blah. But then if you're touring and you're doing shows every single day, then obviously you shouldn't be doing that every day.
I think if you totally stopped doing it, you probably realized like, hey, I either blew a lot of money, or I did
Right.
dumb shit, or I hurt people,
Hurt my family,
shit
yeah.
like that. And that's obviously a motivator if you have a conscience. Obviously, again, if you're an addict, it's not as simple as flipping the light switch.
Right.
But
right.
you just try to fucking now I'm losing words, prioritize things. So it's like, I don't want to hurt my wife, or I don't want to hurt my kids, or shit like that.
Yep.
So you obviously you want to drink or whatever your high was, but you just try to think of other things that are more important than that. And this is just me speculating, but obviously there are meetings and there's steps to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would think just being around it constantly is just got to be tough.
That's got to be tough.
But unless you're like some sort of like sober band and everybody agrees to it and shit like that, you can't really stop
It's-
other people, especially if they
right.
don't have like a major problem. Like, yeah, if you're just
Right.
you have 3 Trulies every fucking show before or after,
Right.
that's not a problem.
Right.
But if you're fucking just fucking
Drinking
drinking
a
a whole
12-pack,
keg
yeah,
before
yeah.
you go, or fucking slamming heroin and shit, then that's a problem. I
Right.
get that.
Do you slam heroin?
I don't personally.
Is that how they do it?
But
They
you're like,
slam that.
Bam!
Bam!
Everybody's Ric Flair when they're on heroin.
You just look over. This dude's got a needle in his
I'm
arm. Like,
trying to
what
make
the
fun of
fuck?
them. They're probably like this. There's probably a lot less animated.
Right, yeah.
But in their
He wasn't
mind,
a heroin guy.
in their mind, they're a Ric Flair. They
Yep.
just,
Yep.
you record it, you be like, yeah, this is not Ric Flair, bro.
Their brain waves are just jumping off like Ric Flair. It's just doing the strut and everything. the brain waves are woo woo woo, and you
But
just
in
see
real life, they're like,
they're just
They
they're
might
doing
not
that
even
Baltimore
move
lean,
it.
baby.
oh man.
Oh.
You gotta love the things your city is famous for, man.
Oh, thank you, Cappy Bear. Cappy Bear also confirmed. So I was talking about, we were talking about New Jack the other day, and I was like, I don't think he stabbed anybody. I think he just cut him. I thought that he just sliced him up. No, he stabbed him.
Yeah, I mean, I
So Cappy Bear.
I saw the mass transit incident.
I thought that, like, I don't know. It's been a long time, man.
He had him in like a side headlock or whatever. And he was like, boom, boom, boom. I was like, oh, shit. We're the police.
Yeah.
Call the ambulance. He's dead already.
He's already dead, this poor kid. Oh, and you find out he's 17.
But bro, it's not even that. It's
New
just
Jack didn't know that.
Fuck that. New Jack just has a history of
He
this
does.
shit, though. Like, I can't speak for beforehand,
Yeah.
but I know even in the 2010s, New Jack was a problem.
He was
Like,
a problem.
So,
He
like,
was always
I
a
would get in
problem.
the ring with caution on that one.
Did you see the Dark Side of the Ring for New Jack?
I did. I
Oh.
didn't finish it because I was watching on YouTube. And it
Yeah.
was like something fucked up at some point, and I just lost interest. But yeah, I
Where
started
he
watching
tased the
it.
guy and threw him off the top of the fucking thing. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He tased the fucking. You tase him, he can't move. His body's are like your muscles aren't. They're contracted. You got electrocuted, and now they just throw you just. Yep.
There's no way you can protect yourself in that.
No, you're.
Like,
just,
when
it's
Jeff Hardy
going.
does like a swanton bomb, Jeff Hardy has a general feeling of where he wants to
Right.
land, how he wants to land. No, you just.
It's
You
just
attempted to murder a
Yes,
person.
did. Literally, would you just throw somebody off a building?
Right.
That
Well,
was his
New
height.
Jack
Fucking,
would.
yeah, he would.
New Jack most definitely. Would.
Crazy,
Don't give him
man.
any ideas, bro.
New Jack's still one of my favorites.
I mean-
He's still one of my favorites, though.
I haven't seen too much of his stuff, but just the personality is notoriousness.
Yeah.
Or fuck it. You know what I'm
And
saying.
he's always been like that. Even
Right.
in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, right before ECW,
And
Jim
it's like,
Cornette.
fuck that. Again, New Jack isn't selling out Madison Square Garden.
No,
So
right.
you gotta think the
right.
things he's doing now are in gyms.
Yeah,
And shit like
yeah,
that.
he's
and
a-
he don't give a fuck, bro. Like,
always
that shit's
been
crazy,
He's
man.
always been that guy. He's that fucking guy.
and
He's New Jack.
if you get in the ring with him, you obviously know. No one's getting in the ring with New Jack thinking today's the day he's gonna chill. Fuck no, man. You might
We're
say,
gonna wrestle now,
you might
brother.
Say, hey,
All right.
certain shit's not cool.
Drop down, tackle, hip toss,
Yeah,
right, baby?
right,
No?
right.
Oh, wait, a fork? What's a fork for?
Why do you have a fork? Bro,
What's the bottle for? Wait a minute.
Yeah, man, that shit's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. We were like fresh out of high school, like 2007 and 2008.
Chris
Shit like
Benoit,
that.
right during that Chris Benoit time,
Well, I
too,
mean, in
man.
general, I did used to like the fucking hardcore wrestling, like
Yeah,
the fucking
I
the
when it
Necro
first started
Butcher
doing it too,
type
man.
shit,
Oh
bro.
yeah, the CZW.
Oh man, that shit.
There,
was just
during that time
entertaining.
too, during that like 06, 07, 08 time, that was because that was right after EC, like the real ECW.
Gave it a few years.
There was-
they were
yep.
gone for years. Then now it's probably like
And
they
then they
realized there's a
escalated the
market.
fuck out that shit. Yeah.
And Necro Butcher was my man's back in the day, bro. Just watching, and he would have matches against people you wouldn't think. Like he had matches against like mofos like Samoa Joe and shit.
Right.
And like Samoa Joe wasn't so much into that hardcore shit, but Necro Butcher, you just throw him through a table
just
and
gonna go-
shit.
right.
Bar, like you can do that. Anybody can do that.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, this shit's crazy, man. I haven't watched it in a while, but I still think that shit's sort of fascinating, man. Like,
It
I
really
mean,
is.
obviously that person has a certain dedication to their craft because that's not sustainable
No,
long term, and
no,
that's
not in
also
the long
not
term.
very lucrative.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but that's how you want to live your craft. That's fucking can't not.
And that's the thing too. Like a lot of the older guys will do more of the hardcore type, kind of like Terry Funk when Terry Funk was towards the end of his career.
Right.
A lot of them will do that because athletically you can't perform like you used to. You know,
Right.
like you can't perform like you were in your fucking 30s. So they'll do a lot of the hardcore stuff to try to make up for that. So instead of doing like the cool wrestling, they're doing the death match stuff. You know.
I do want to say, I'll give wrestlers their due because like Terry Funk, fucking Abdullah the Butcher, these are ancient motherfuckers. These are old people. These are senior fucking
Yeah, they're
citizens.
literally
decades
senior
over,
citizens. Yep.
and they're doing shit that I can't do in my 30s or want to do. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously I think it's smart when you're a person like Mick Foley or Necro Butcher who gets out of the game when you realize
Yeah.
I can't do this
Even
shit
now,
anymore.
Mick Foley's starting, and it's all catching up. It's catching up with everybody because even Mick Foley now saying like he thinks that
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
starting to go. And Terry Funk's having problems now, but Terry Funk's been having problems for
well, Terry Funk's
You know.
also literally the same age as Jesus, though, bro.
yes, that fucker guy's been around.
Like, and that's just crazy. Like, because athletes, like, people criticize LeBron James. LeBron James is old, and he's 36, and obviously he doesn't have to play anymore.
No,
but
right.
if he played until he was 40, 41, he'd really be an old man at that point. And like baseball, they last a little bit longer. But like football, you'll see people that are like 31.
That's why
out.
it's so crazy. Right.
And
That's why it's so
depending on
crazy
the
for Tom
position.
Brady. I mean, quarterback, so
Right.
you've got some leeway. But even quarterbacks generally don't last that long.
No, dude's
No
been playing for
quarterback.
fucking since 2000.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Nobody. He doesn't even need to.
No.
Like Drew Brees just fucking retired. He's about the same age. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And they were going neck and neck with a lot of
He
different records.
he just seems like he's just one of those crazy like
Motherfucker
just-
said
just
he was
like,
he was playing
I
until he was
gotta
like
be-
45, bro. And he's in phenomenal
and he's
fucking
still
shape.
right. He
Like,
don't look
again,
bad.
He's not athletic,
right.
but
That's
he is
the,
healthy.
yeah.
He's lean enough to still be out there and not sluggish necessarily.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's the thing about the Super Bowl was seeing like Patrick Mahomes made some throws that I don't think Tom Brady could make in
wanna
in
talk
Tom
about
Brady's
that.
prime.
Right.
Like
No, yeah,
he was
never.
like, oh, down, and he flicked it like that, and they didn't catch. If they would have caught it, it would have been
That's
an
the
amazing
fucked up
catch,
part, bro.
dude.
Like it was like me. I didn't watch Super Bowl. I'll be honest. I didn't watch it. I was working first half. I was watching like the just like the play-by-play, but I never physically saw any footage. But then they were like there were memes about it, and this is how Patrick Mahomes was, and like the fucking Tampa Bay defense was all on that ass. But he was getting those passes off. Motherfuckers just weren't catching because they weren't
catching them.
accurate.
Right.
They
It
just
was
weren't
crazy
catching it. And I'm
accurate.
like, yo, what the fuck?
All I could think was like he's trying.
Like they're
he's
hitting
doing
him,
his best,
they're
man.
hurrying him, and he's getting that ball off, and he's getting it where he needs to
There
be.
was
And
literally
motherfuckers aren't
nothing
catching
he
it.
could do, man. They were just. It was literally like that crazy pass. He was like down here like this, and he flicked it right there, and dude just went through his hands. I think that he just saw him. He was like, "Oh, he's down," and it
Like,
just
I felt
fucking hit
bad
him.
not watching it because obviously I've seen every Tom Brady Super Bowl, and I do watch most Super Bowls, even if the Pats aren't in. I've never seen like only Super Bowls I've never watched in like the last 20 years have been the any of the Peyton Manning Super Bowls. I don't know why. I just
He just missed those.
didn't give a fuck about Peyton Manning.
The big forehead.
So his fucking Colts ones
That
or
growth
his Broncos
forehead.
ones, I just didn't give a fuck. But I usually like last year I watched the Super Bowl and it's like I was rooting for Patrick Mahomes. It was two young quarterbacks in general.
Yeah, who was it? Who was it
I
last
want
year?
to say it was 49ers.
I think
was
it
it
was
the
49ers. It seems that sounds.
I want to say it
familiar.
was the 49ers because once you leave Bill, you do good somewhat. But
You have
he's
to.
still a fucking goat.
Right.
But I was also looking up last night like just Tom Brady's stats, like not necessarily like numbers and shit, but all the things he's like first place in or first to do and shit. And it's like obviously first person to win 6 or 7 Super Bowls. He's
Now
the first person to win 6, but now he's the first person obviously to win 7.
He's trying to max that shit out.
But like the fact that so Peyton Manning was the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl on 2 different teams. The Colts and then the Broncos. But then,
Peyton Manning was?
yeah, he won with the
Damn.
Colts and then he won with the Broncos.
And
which-
then, like, I guess the NFL just didn't have a lot of people moving around.
well,
and-
apparently when he won with the Broncos, it was all that team's defense.
yeah.
Like he wasn't that good.
He wasn't
but
that
their
good that
defense
year.
was what won them
That was when
ring.
he retired then,
Yeah,
right?
he
Yeah.
retired after
Yeah.
And he was old. I mean, I think he's like a year older than Tom Brady, but everybody's body ages differently. Like
He was
Andrew
44.
Luck
Damn,
fucking
he made
quit.
it that long?
Well, he wasn't that. He retired in like 2017. I
Yeah,
want to say.
yeah,
so
yeah.
he was
He
in
was
his
up there,
40s.
though.
But,
Yeah.
But then like Tom Brady's the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl for the AFC and the NFC. Obviously, 2 different. He won Bucks or a different conference. But then I was like, I thought about it. Like I didn't even look this up. I was like, my man's won a Super Bowl in 3 different fucking decades, man. It's like that's fucking.
That's
bonkers,
crazy right
bro.
there.
Like,
That's
you
fucking
hear
crazy.
about it in basketball, but usually
Damn.
you don't have to be in a starting role.
Right.
And like anybody could do it in the sport. Like if somebody was just lucky to just be on every team Tom Brady's been on, but then again, you don't stick around that long unless you're a
No,
kicker.
right,
You don't stick around
right.
for 21 years unless you're a kicker.
Not just
So
right.
that's going to be hard to do because running backs 5 years. Fucking wide receivers like 10 years.
Right.
Depending on how well you
Linemen's
are. But
like 2
obviously,
years.
you're getting hit more in these positions. Like a kicker doesn't get fucking hit ideally. A quarterback, if his fucking offensive line takes care of him, he doesn't get hit.
Right.
Or he wouldn't get hit the
He
same
should
way
be
someone
okay.
else would.
Right.
So I get the longevity there, but just like that's fucking crazy, man.
That is-
like to
that's
win your first
ridiculous.
championship in 2021 or 2002, the 21-21 season, and then 19 years later, you're winning your 7th fucking ring. Like that's I have coworkers who have seen Tom Brady, or if they've watched, have seen Tom Brady in the Super Bowl half their fucking lives, bro.
I know
And that's just
that's crazy.
that's fucking ridiculous, bro.
And so all we can remember is having Tom Brady there now.
Basically, and
I
like
mean-
the memes I've seen, like somebody put him in a fucking Cowboys uniform. And they was like, "That's the only way they're gonna win." Like they was like, "This is the challenge that they
Trade
need."
him
like,
over, yep. Trade him
That'd be
over.
funny as shit
A
though if he won that
43-year-old
shit though.
guy. No
'Cause
shit.
Tom Brady is the LeBron James of fucking football, bro.
Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
LeBron can go to any fucking team
And win.
and they're gonna win. They
That
might not
shows
win that
you.
first fucking year, but
It's crazy to see that they have that in football. Like there is a player, which it would have to be quarter. I mean, because usually you can avoid the space because it's such a large plane. You know, you can't avoid having that quarterback in there. And if they know what the fuck they're doing, because it's not like his arm's what it used to be.
But
It's
he
not
never
like,
had like a ridiculously powerful arm. He
Right.
wasn't Aaron
Right.
Rodgers. He wasn't.
Right.
He was just accurate. You
Right.
know,
And he
put
just
these
knew the
short
game.
passes, and there was a system, man. Like, and he learned it. And he obviously learned in general that if he was able to prosper outside of that. So, props
had to
to
be
him,
something.
bro.
Yep.
Props to him. I don't give a fuck. He's my boy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I
you
know
still.
I work with some Pats fans. I was like, "Yo, you rooting for Tom?" They were like, "No, fuck no."
Really?
And I
Dang.
get it, but like at the same time, I'm not gonna hate on him.
Yeah, I
Like,
got some Massachusetts friends who they're rooting for him. They're
Right.
like, yeah, man,
Because
fuck
like
yeah.
it's not like he's going up against their team.
No,
you know, he's
right.
not going up against the Pats or whatever. Like I can understand it, but again, there's that stigma. Like people like to hate on Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
There's that because again, he was a Pat. Some people don't want to just keep seeing people succeed
Yep.
over and over.
Yep. They
Those
get
people
tired
are
of
called
it.
haters.
Yep.
But so yeah, there are people that are going to root for the opposing team no matter what that team is when certain players are there.
Yeah.
And-
Exactly.
That fucking it doesn't suck. It doesn't change anything for me.
Right.
But
That's just part of. You're just going to hear that. That's
But
just
this
kind of
was
part of the.
Also, like his best Super Bowl in terms of like the score, because like normally they're close. Win or
Yeah.
lose, they're close.
Yeah.
Like last year, I think there was one touchdown thrown and the score was 13-3, or not last year, the year before
Mm-hmm.
when he won. But this year, like it was a blowout. Like that's never happened for him.
That's
you know
so.
what I
That's
mean?
so
Like,
crazy, man.
And I turned on the game on the play-by-play. It was the third quarter, less than half of the quarter to go, and the score was like 9-28 or some shit. And I got a little bit excited, but then I realized it's fucking Patrick Mahomes. Like this
Yeah,
motherfucker comes back.
yeah,
Like,
he's gonna do it.
He come, and it just didn't fucking happen.
He was trying, man. He was. You saw like he. I think they said that he had like 200 or 300 like rushing yard, but like
Okay.
just trying to avoid getting hit because he'd get out of the pocket and he would just try to make something happen.
I mean, it just sucks because like obviously this is a team you play with and you've had success. You were the defending champions. It's just any given Sunday, bro. Like sometimes you
That's
just
right. I forgot about that
can't
movie.
win.
I forgot all about that movie.
like I
That was a
said,
good movie back in the day.
The Pats went almost undefeated in 07 until they got the Super Bowl and it just wasn't their day.
They won every game all the way up until the Super
Every
Bowl.
fucking game, bro.
Was that
Dominantly.
that had to be a Tom Brady one, obviously.
Yeah,
Fuckingly.
yeah. Tom Brady and Randy Moss, bro. I was so heartbroken that year, bro. I was so fucking heartbroken, but it happened. Any given fucking Sunday,
that's
any team
the
can win.
thing, though. That's the
And
thing.
It's not
though.
like a best of 7 or a best of 4. It's one fucking game, man. And if for whatever reason something's not connecting, you lost your opportunity,
Yep,
man.
exactly. You there's not much you can do about that at that point. It's sports, man.
Like,
Capybara said with the New Jack, he stabbed a ring boy and cut up a 17-year-old. I know the 17-year-old, but I don't know about the ring boy. What happened with the ring boy?
I don't know that one, but again, I wouldn't put anything past you.
No, I wouldn't.
If you told me fucking New Jack was at the crucifixion of Jesus, I'd believe that shit. Because I see it in him. He's like, I got this. Like, why are you hammering it in that way? Like, this is how I do it.
This is how I do it.
Like, have you seen 13 Ghosts, the movie 13 Ghosts? Oh, man. So, like, they're in this haunted house, and there's these different ghosts, and you got to wear these glasses to see them. Like, and it's a creepy ass movie. Like, that movie was cool as shit.
Yeah.
But there's this big black ghost. I can't think of his name, but he has like these railway spikes in like his head, I think. And now I'm just imagining I keep saying Necro Butcher. Now I'm just imagining New Jack did that to him, like
railroad spikes. Nailed fucking railroad spikes right through him too.
Damn, man, New Jack. It's fucking crazy. And another thing
New
about
Jack's
him,
wild, man.
He's unfucking repentant. Like he doesn't give
Yeah.
a fuck. Like,
Yep.
he did it. You deserved it. fuck you. I'm like, damn, bro. Most people be like, well, I mean to stab that boy up. Or with the mass transit, I ain't know he was 17. Like, nigga, you not sorry? Nope. Like, I'm not.
Nope. I'm sorry. He was 17, but I don't know anything.
Well, I don't think he was sorry. He just didn't know.
I still don't think
didn't
he's
fucking
sorry.
know. That's all.
I don't think he's
He probably
sorry
would
at
have
all.
taken more pleasure out of it if he had known. He's probably like, well, I wish I would have fucking told me the boy was 17.
Dumbass young. Now you know.
I would have had fun with his ass. Like, fuck, man. That's crazy.
It's ridiculous, man. The New Jack, and he was jumping off of everything. He was just New Jack, man. We got to do an episode on New Jack, just covering his shit. I mean, all the crazy stuff that he's done.
That's fucking bonkers, man.
But he would just jump off. I just remember him being he would just jump off of everything, and he came down with a cart full of shit. I'd never seen anybody do that before. Just come down with a cart full of weapons.
Fucking, like, you knew what he was there for.
You knew that's what.
You knew what the fuck he was there
That's
for.
the gimmick, brother. That's the gimmick, man.
Like,
Somebody's got to bleed.
Hurt somebody.
Somebody's got to bleed.
And like, how do you get in that position where you're just like, I'm going to do this to you. You're not going to do shit to me. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That's fucking crazy.
And just keep doing it.
I mean, again, it's not like he was a top level talent. I don't think they were putting belts on him. So they probably had no problem just throwing like any fucking green boy at him and just like do what you want to him.
Especially in Smoky Mountain, because they had him. They had them feuding with the Rock and Roll Express. Okay. So they would just beat up like a lot of the local guys, and those were a lot of smaller southern towns. And you know, New Jack, being who New Jack is, and Jim Cornette being who Jim Cornette is, they got together and were like, "Hey, man, let's get some riots going." They created a few riots, you know. Doing, you know, playing off of the whole, you know, the whole situation down there, I guess.
Creates cash, in the words of Eric Bischoff, you know?
Yep.
So.
It's crazy because I think it was Ricky Morton told him to not bring his good car. He was like, you need to buy a hoopty and drive it to the arena.
Yeah, dude. You can see where that's going.
And he drove his hoopty to the arena, and they fucked it
up.
Oh, man. But it was good. Ricky Morton was looking out for him because he's like, hey, man.
He could have not. Yeah, that's true. That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, dude.
I'd have been in somebody's trunk. Like, you gotta get me the fuck out of here. Like,
get the fuck go.
New Jack don't give a fuck.
He don't give a. I would feel weird having a match with him right now. I'd be like, do I have to beat the shit out of this old ass man? I'm not going to let him near any weapons.
I know you wouldn't subject yourself to that sort of torture.
Not that fucking deep, man.
And then,
I'm not going to have some guy stab me and I'm going to let it, you know?
Then, eventually you're going to get pushed and you're just like, fuck professionalism. And you just
go. You're
either going to beat the shit out of New Jack or you're at least going to attempt to beat, like, I'm not saying New Jack can't handle himself.
Right, exactly.
You just can't let the shit slide.
No,
you know?
fuck no.
Fuck that.
Do a Bruiser Brody and just leave. You seen that video of Bruiser Brody and Lex Luger where they're fighting in a cage match and Bruiser Brody...
Wait, like, I have seen that shit.
It gets real awkward because Bruiser Brody just stopped selling and he's just like staring at him and Lex Luger's like, and he just fucking left. Yeah, he got the fuck out of the ring. He was like, he's not working with me. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And Lex was pretty green at the time too, so he hadn't been around wrestling that long. I think it was more so after watching all the shoot interviews about it. Lex didn't know what was going on. Bruiser Brody died. The referee who was working that match, he was like, I think Bruiser was just pissed off because he wasn't listening. He was like, he kept telling him, listen, and Lex wasn't listening. Lex just kept throwing these bullshit punches, you know?
I do like the stories that were like, when shit just evolves into just like absolute fights. And you might not be able to tell, but it's just like, yo, they're really fucking hitting each other. There's some miscommunication, or maybe they just don't like each other, but it's entertaining.
We'll have to do that one day where we go through all like the best shoot fights and we could go through some of the clips.
Right now,
we
I'm definitely thinking Vader and Stan Henson.
Yeah, oh, God.
And these are two motherfuckers that had worked each other, and it's just like, Vader punched this motherfucker, and Vader was tough, man. Vader was no bitch. But then Stan hit his
Stan's no bitch either.
I was like, oh, shit.
I feel like Vader had to have been going extra rough.
Right.
And Stan, being the veteran, being in there for a long-ass time, in Japan at that, too.
Right.
Like, he served his time, but he served his time in Japan.
They're already a little bit stiff.
They're already a little more snug over there, so they're going to hit you. He's coming down heavy on you, and it's heavier than the normal Japanese stuff. You fucked up his orbital eye? Like, this ain't a UFC fight. Like, you're hitting each other. You let loose on that fucking guy, man. Jesus.
Man, I miss fucking Vader, man. Like WWE wasted his fucking potential, like major.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
He could. Well, he was the man, but he could have been the man in WWE.
Yep. The Capybara said the ring boy wanted to have a hardcore match and told Jack to
I
do.
mean, I think the episode was focused on the mass transit ship, but I think they just
Yeah,
talked about him in
but
general.
like, I think they because they covered a little bit of the stuff. And he said there's a running joke. I killed Bruiser Brody. I forgot how it came about.
And that's
I wonder
from,
what
that's
the
from New Jack.
I think I don't know. Oh, probably because he got stabbed.
That's fucking crazy, and nobody saw. What's his name? I think like Tony Atlas was like
Tony
the only
Atlas.
person that was like,
Yeah.
and he didn't say shit, man. That's
No.
fucking crazy.
No,
man.
and it was in Puerto Rico too, which is crazy because they were like, "Hey, man, it's Puerto Rico. I mean, it's like you're getting a cold over here, getting stabbed."
Right.
And it's like it's crazy to think of like how different things are over there compared to what we are over here. You know,
And
like
it's not like you can just get in your car and fucking flee. Like you can flee the arena, but you can't just flee the island. You
Right.
can't- You know what I mean? So that's fucking crazy, man. Anyway, a girl sprayed Gorilla Glue in her hair
Yep.
last week, and fucking wild, man.
Wow. Do you want to take a quick break, real
I could have
quick?
done a much better
No,
segue.
that was perfect. It was perfect timing though, because I was like, we're right at an hour. We'll take a little 5-minute break.
Yeah,
Probably
'cause I gotta get some
probably a
Trulies
2-minute
in me.
break. Whatever, however it is. We'll take a little break. We'll be back right here. We got Gorilla Glue Girl coming up, and then we got the cat, the cat man, Catmandu. So stay tuned, babies. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes.
Wow, man. Hit that volume so they don't hear me talking about my sexual escapades. But I think it's like
Well, I'm just saying, like,
I can't afford to.
I was
and
using
if
you
my
as an
favorite
example.
team- if my favorite team was the team in which I lived in their city,
Your favorite team is Tampa Bay.
no, right? I am not a bandwagoner. I wish Tom Brady all the luck, but I'm a Patriots fan, and I accept that the next few years we're gonna be like the fucking Cowboys. I get it, but hey, we still have the greatest coach ever, and that's all that fucking matters. But no, if I was a fan of the Ravens, obviously we live in
Until fucking
Baltimore.
Will Belichick shows up in Tampa.
When Will Belichick shows up in Tampa, I'm jumping ship. I'm gonna be honest.
Your description of your new job just made it sound like that's what you do.
Sex is easy, bro. Sex is dumb easy. You just bend over and take.
COVID hasn't got you down yet.
I couldn't give a fuck about COVID. I drink.
It doesn't have you down yet. It doesn't give you anxiety. What?
Look, man.
What?
I'll tell you what, man. Like the second I don't have to, and when I say have to, I mean, in order for me to get into an establishment, I have to wear a mask.
You have to wear 'em everywhere you go.
As
You're right.
soon as I don't see those signs anymore, I'm ripping the fucking thing off.
Me too.
I'm
Me
sorry. Call it what it is. Comment whatever the fuck you. You're an idiot. Like you're just a fucking idiot. You think you gotta? Especially like the people that wear them either when they're just walking outside in the fucking like nature,
Yeah.
or they're in their own cars with their windows rolled up.
Right.
I mean, you gonna give yourself fucking coronavirus?
But
Like,
but don't you think that that's
you're an
something with them, like helping them cope with all this news that they're
I
seeing
don't
and all
care
this
what
stuff?
I don't care what they got to cope with. Get on a boat and go somewhere. Like go get to your.
But
own
where are
little
they going to
island.
go?
Their own little COVID.
Quarantine themselves away
their
from
own
the
little
population.
paranoid COVID.
So are you in the
island.
sense of like, so do you not want to spread it, or are you just annoyed by the people who are taking it too
I'm not
seriously?
100% sure that there's even anything to spread. Just being honest.
You might get us kicked off YouTube talking like that.
So
I'm
then we
gonna
should
post
switch
it though.
the fucking
I'm gonna
topic.
post it. I'm gonna post
yeah,
it though.
we probably will get kicked off because why? Why would we get kicked off? Because that's
'Cause they
not-
kick people off
Because that's
talking-
not the narrative. Fuck off. I hate it. And then there's people, you're gonna trigger my anxiety. You're gonna trigger my trigger, bitch. Like,
Oh, Jimmy jumped on it. Jimmy jumped on it. Well, you know.
other than dealing with these, I'm sorry.
Have you
other than
had
dealing with these
anyone?
morons,
Have you had anybody like tell you to put your mask on when you're like walking up? Do you put your mask on in the car and then walk up, or do you
No,
like
I do it.
wait until you get there and then you put it on?
I do it as soon as I enter the fucking
Facility
like, the
where
facility.
where if
Well,
they
I
can
have
kick
to
you
do
out,
it.
I'm gonna where you have to do
Like
it.
I'll swing the door open. It's still hanging off one ear.
Right.
Because I'll put it on one ear and I'll swing the door open before I walk in. I'll put the fucking.
But where do you
gimmick
think?
on.
Because where do you think there should be a line? Because
Because
obviously,
like, I'm not gonna challenge. I'm not gonna be that guy. That's like, I'm gonna test it and not wear it until somebody says something.
Right.
I'm not gonna be that guy.
But you're
right?
being-
I'll do it because I know that those are the rules, right?
Right.
I'll do it.
right. But you're at least being reasonable. You're meeting them in the middle with it. You're
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah,
just-
I don't like it.
The
but-
second Larry Hogan's fat ass comes out there and goes, "You don't have to wear it anymore," fuck, I'm burning it.
Right.
Like
right.
I have no reason to wear it.
Right. Right.
As soon as it's not required by law, because you're still gonna have those people that are gonna be like, "Well, no, I wouldn't. It's still not safe. You still gotta wear a mask." Eat my shit.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at on that. I don't know about you, but that's where I'm at. That's just my opinion.
I guess they're like, I'm gonna go around this fucking guy. So he starts going around me, hits my fucking mirror. And I'm like, well, he's gonna stop. I had never been more wrong in my fucking life.
He didn't stop.
He was
He
like,
didn't stop.
it was almost as if he was like, fuck that nigga's mirror. And he just kept going. And I'm like,
Bob couldn't handle it.
I'm like, hold up. But there's cars up there. He can't get through those cars. Again, I've never been more wrong in my fucking life. I was like, how these fucking cars get between all those cars? And I was like, you not gonna stop? Well, I'ma go, nigga. So I started chasing the motherfucker in my car. And like, I guess he realizes I'm fucking following him. And he's just like, he doesn't want to be caught. So he's fucking dipping through fucking streets. And I'm like, I'm following him. And I almost crashed at one point, hitting this really tight turn. But we get to Hanover Street
Bob was seeing red.
before the
Yeah.
bridge. Yes,
He took your mirror and he kept going.
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But yes, I am blood is all I see. I want this person dead. Like, so we're driving, and I'm like, I can't fucking get his fucking tag or whatever. Like, I'm trying to take a picture of it. I'm trying to drive at like probably 80 miles an hour on a fucking 25-mile-an-hour street. So I'm like, I'm about to do some GTA shit. So his car's here on the right. I pull up to the left of it. I fucking tap his shit. I try to tap his shit. His back to like get it.
GTA.
I tried to do this shit, bro. I tried to do this shit. But I guess he was used to that GTA shit, and he stopped just before I hit him. So my shit was like, skirt, and my shit hit the guardrail like boom, and my shit, I was like, fuck, and they just drove off, and I was like, motherfucker. So I get out the car.
He beat him.
I get out the car, and I'm like, ain't this some shit? And like, I see like fluid and shit. I see my car crumpled into the guardrail. At this time, I don't know what's
Crumpled,
what.
literally
But I've been
crumpled.
like, let me get the fuck out of the car because I see the fluid. Call the cops. Cops eventually show up. Didn't take them too long because the police station's right down the street. But yeah,
Man, I
we're
got a
going through
photo.
all this shit. Hold on, we're gonna get to that shit. We're going through all this shit. And I'm like, I wasn't drinking. Of course I didn't tell him everything that just fucking happened.
Right.
I was like, yeah, somebody hit me. And whatever. I didn't tell him everything.
You were officer. You were watching police. You saw police do that on cops. Hey, God, you're here. Here's Bob Hollywood's going to attempt the pit
He
maneuver.
saw that shit on cops too. He was like, not today, nigga.
That guy was smart enough.
That's brilliant, man.
So we're sitting there talking
All you
to
had to do was hit your. I didn't know that.
Apparently.
I want to know
Apparently.
that. I would have tried to do the
Let me
same
see the
thing.
cops pulling the pit maneuver. Bitch.
So now you know. He actually helped you out.
But while we're there, while I'm talking to the officer, this car comes up, like a different car. And like, these people get out the car. And I'm at my car, the officer's at his car is like a few, I can't hear what they're saying necessarily. And then they get in their car and they leave. And the officer's like, you sure you weren't drinking? And I'm like, yeah, I was working all night. Of course I wasn't drinking. And he's like, well, they just told me such and such. And I was like, I don't know who the fuck they were. Like, nobody was here. So I'm assuming That was the niggas that pulled that reverse pit maneuver, hopped in a different car, and they were like, yeah, this nigga was wildin', like,
Or maybe it's somebody that saw it.
themselves. Well, if you
They saw
had
the
seen the whole thing,
So
the
they-
officer probably would have said something completely different.
so
Like,
they-
oh, you want to be a cop, nigga? Well, you're going to jail today.
I trust her. That's the biggest part. That's the biggest part of friendship. Trust.
It's like you say my balls were too big like the first year, but in the end, your pussy was too fat in the second year.
Oh my God!
Hold up.
Oh
Hold
my
up.
God!
Whilst I do not have a pussy, that sounds like a compliment. Like, who doesn't like a fat pussy? Like, I don't want it to be, oh, your pussy. If she would have said your pussy was too thin, I'd have been like, fuck, man, you fucking cutting deep. I will say it. Yes, she told the truth. It was probably 15 fucking minutes, but it's because she would give me a shot, and I'm thinking that she's taking a shot too. Right. And it was like maybe 3 shots later.
Setting up this whole deal for us real quick.
We're back.
That one right there. Yep, we're back. Now we're going to watch a little bit of the
Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Girl is what I
Gorilla
called her
Girl.
when we were naming the video.
Gorilla Glue Girl.
But Gorilla Glue Girl.
All right. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. I was wondering. I was about to be like, Bob, did you fucking move yourself over? No. It was just the camera itself. The camera fucked it all up. All right. Oh my God. There we go. All right, we're ready? I think we're ready. So
I've seen this video.
you've seen the video, right? So you're familiar.
I've seen this video and I've seen the one immediately after. I'm not familiar with anything current.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna we'll go through the beginning one first, so that everybody can get caught up and understand what exactly is going on, because it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad.
I don't want to say it's sad until I see the final outcome.
Yeah.
Like,
But
this is
y'all
just
didn't know.
this is just entertainment.
My hair has been like this for about a month now. It's not by choice. No, it's not by choice. When I do my hair, I like to, finish it off with a little Got to Be glue spray. Just to keep it in place. Well, I didn't have any more Got to Be glue spray, so I used this.
To be fair, if you're not familiar with Gorilla Glue, their spray cans are kind of similar. Can you give them that?
Well, the thing is, it's not even like she grabbed the wrong thing. She intentionally used it, and not knowing that, this is about to fuck you up.
It says spray adhesive.
And you know the fucked up part is the only reason why I watched this video, like actually watched it, I wanted to see what she sounded like. Like, cause I was watching the video, obviously just watching it.
Yeah.
Like, didn't have subtitles or anything. I was like, I wonder what she sounds like. And that's why I watched it, and I was fucking geeking, bro. Like, I started fucking geeking.
Gorilla Glue spray. Bad idea. Yo, look, my hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you?
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
She sounds like she's bald, yo. Like the fucking.
Oh no! With her nails, the nails make it worse. You could just hear that click.
My hair, it don't move. You hear what I'm telling you?
Yo, it's smooth as shit, yeah.
Move. I've washed my hair 15 times, and it.
After 10, I don't think it's gonna work anymore.
Don't move. Stiff wear. Woo. My hair. So I'm gonna tell y'all like this: if you ever run out of Got to Be glue spray,
At this point, do you think she really has to say that, or
Yeah,
do you think people get it by now?
This is the don't use Gorilla Glue, girl. Like, you can say no to drugs, say no to Gorilla Glue.
ever use this unless you want your hair to be like that.
Yeah, so this is the other video.
It's her showing, yeah, she's just showing. She's like, okay, here you go. Man,
And I will say, Gorilla Glue is
it's the shit, right?
it's horrible.
It's horrible
Because it gets on. If it gets on your finger, you're like, motherfucker.
It ruins everything. Yeah, it ruins everything.
Because I'll use it for like crafts and shit, and it's just like if it gets on your fingers, it's just annoying as shit. Because especially if I'm using like the hot glue. Well, it's hot
Yeah, I
glue
was
in
about to say, do
general.
you use it for like doing the action figures and stuff?
Yeah. So like I have the kind you gotta just wet the surface and put it on, then you stick it. And then I also have glue sticks for it. And it's just like, if it gets on you, it's just a pain. It's not like this.
No.
But it's just, it is dumb sticky.
There's a reason why this went viral.
Look, y'all, look, you wipe it off and nothing happens. Like, this is the life that I'm living at this point. Like, this is the life that I
Saying
guess
she's
I'm gonna have to live.
the girl who never blinks.
Yeah.
She's choking up a little bit. She's choking up.
Look.
But at least it's not, well, I'm imagining not painful. Like, and at least it wasn't just like immediately burned or anything. But
Apparently it's painful trying to get it out.
I mean, I don't know anything about the procedure, but I'm definitely about to see it.
Yeah, that's true. That's the exciting thing about it. Because I did, and if you guys were watching my show yesterday or the day before, we covered this video. This is the video that we covered, but we got an update coming. So, we're coming. Not a happy girl. And for me,
I've seen that picture. That's about all I've seen.
Yeah, for me, it's like, when a girl gets her hair done, very first day they get their hair done, they're all like, they just want to show it off, And this poor thing.
And the fucked up part is her hair is still done.
It's still done.
It
don't
good.
look bad.
It's permanent.
It ain't moving.
It's fucking permanent.
That's the thing. Like, you wouldn't be able to tell until she starts clanking on it.
Like, I wonder what that feels like. Obviously, you hear the nails, but I wonder, like, if her boyfriend or her kids or whatever touched her head, what does it feel like?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, man.
Like, what do you think it feels like? It's got to be like some type of
just
weird...
listen to the sound. It sounded like it seemed like it would feel like touching a bowling ball, like the way it just because it sounded very
hard,
smooth,
that hard, yeah,
and hard. It's fucking crazy, man.
And now this is using items received from the hospital. So I guess she got like some alcohol, acetone, some type stuff, and it's just burning too much. She can't deal with it.
I mean, if she loses her hair, I understand, but at the same time, I don't want her to.
Yeah, I think that they said that in order to save it, the last case scenario would just be to shave it all off and then let it grow back that way. But they're trying to avoid that.
I mean, she's pretty. She can walk. She could pull off a bald head.
Yeah, she'd be all right. She probably. I mean, you just
wasn't what she wanted.
Right. Sometimes you don't get what you want.
Sometimes you don't, man.
Oh my God. When do you think? How long do you think it took for her to be like, something's wrong? This shit. Because she had to be for a couple hours and not think about it. It's cool. Oh, this is really good hair gel, man. This is really holding it.
These are the questions that I don't even know what talk show you'd be. I don't know, but these are the questions I hope she gets asked on
Me
late
too.
night with Jimmy Kimmel and shit.
Me too.
Like, cause like, it had to have been a minute.
It had to been
like a minute. She probably has like, yo, it's time for me to get my hair done. My shit still, like
Still
probably
good.
it probably wasn't until it was time to get redone and shit.
Yeah, and then it was like, this shit
This
ain't.
shit is not coming out.
It's not moving at all.
And I hope she wasn't dumb and did it more than one time. You know what I mean? Like, because the other glue you probably have to use like every week. I don't fucking know.
Right.
But like, hopefully she didn't do the same thing. Like the same. I don't know, bro.
Good.
Is she crying?
I think she's burning. Yeah, because it's burning. She just can't really deal with it. She's trying, but it's just too much.
Put the water. Try to put the water.
I wonder where she's from.
I think they say. I think it was like New Orleans.
I was about to say she definitely sounds like she would be.
Yeah, I think it was New Orleans. All right, here's the update. All right, we got TMZ update for the Gorilla Glue girl. Default. We'll go back to that. Capybara said, I would have shaved it if it was painful. Yeah, I don't think that, but I don't think that it's the actual hair, like it's the glue that's.
Right.
It's painful just trying to get it out because they got to use alcohol.
Like,
They got to
you couldn't
use.
just shave it to begin with because
it's
nothing was penetrating that.
right.
Now they need to just make fucking armor out of Gorilla Glue. And
You're good to go. You just put that in your helmets. Put
Matter
the
of fact,
fucking
Gorilla Glue stuff
Yep.
about to go through the roof.
And your hair looks glorious.
Yep.
It just doesn't move. It's just going to stay like that forever. Yeah, apparently, like the glue, the risk that he has with this whole thing is the glue can shut off the follicles, and then she'd be bald because it's like
I thought you were gonna
messing
go,
everything
like,
up in there.
I thought you were gonna go like ripping skin or.
Oh no, I don't think. I hope not. I hope not. But even then, that would be worse because it's definitely not coming back. Pulling
I mean,
her,
if you're
you know.
bald, again, there's things you could do. Like got options for
Do
wigs.
wigs, yeah.
It's just
You got
again, if it wasn't your choice, you're not gonna be 100% happy about it.
no. So this is like the most updated. Gets glue out of her hair. Let's see. Video of surgery. Jeez. Well, at least it's had some time to wear now, you know? Okay, so they're putting...
Yo, I feel so bad for her, yo. Like,
Do you think she got put under? You think that, like...
Yeah, I mean, it looks like she's asleep.
Because all this shit that she's got to deal with, all because she wanted to go out one night. Or just wanted to go to the grocery. Who knows what she was going to do, you know?
What's wrong?
Feel bad, bro.
Are you in pain?
Poor thing.
Oh, I guess she is a weird to be asking
If you
questions.
feel anything, if it's too uncomfortable, let me know. We can get you more pain medicine, okay?
They had to put her on pain. Yeah.
This is cold.
I don't want to see this. I'll be honest, bro, because I'm just imagining I'm going to see fucking white meat soon.
Like it's digging. Ugh. What's on YouTube though? Oh, there you. Oh, they can brush it.
It's coming loose. It's gonna take.
That's. Oh man, that's got to be like a. She's got to be so happy about that.
That's fucking like promising, I guess.
Put it in the microwave.
That's a lot better than what it was.
I'm going to take it out, but this
If she can get out of this and have her hair, she's a lucky girl, man. Yeah, she should be very happy.
I'm not cutting. I'm just using this to separate.
So they're just breaking it apart. That's crazy, dude.
Where's my Russians?
It's good though. It looks like they might have got a little bit. I guess like it's going to be patchy at a certain point, you know, like.
Yeah, I guess now we just have to wait and see how it grows in the future.
Yeah. I'm sure she's going to be giving some updates and, you know. Hopefully. Oh, man, look at that. That looks like it hurt. Is that right in there, that little area? God. At least they're saving her hair. At least she can have hair, though.
Fuck that.
I know, that's
People make mistakes.
It's just think of like how easy a mistake that is. All you got to do is just spray a little bit, and now you're in surgery.
Because
You're
we've
in
all
surgery.
used
Yeah.
something alternative, like thinking
Yeah.
this is similar enough.
I've used dish liquid in the clothes
Right.
and had foam all over the fucking place.
Oh,
I did
yeah,
a little
yeah,
much.
yeah,
I
yeah.
overdid it. You know.
Yeah, apparently if you do that, you're supposed to be a really
A little
teeny
bit.
tiny.
Yeah. It's not like clothes detergent.
Right.
You know you got to put it just a little bit in there. I foam that shit
I've
all
used
over the
vinegar
place.
as a lubricant, but like.
What the? What
Just
the
want to
fuck?
see your fucking reaction,
What the
bro.
fuck? I
That would be
just
so
cleaned.
painful for all
I
parties
had to
involved.
fucking. I was doing Aunt Rhonda's her little fire stove, you know, and she uses vinegar to clean the window. It cleans the shit out of the
vinegar
windows.
cleans the shit out of
I
it.
didn't fucking know that, man. I didn't have a clue. Yeah, but that's, you know, you got away with most of it. You got little pieces, but dang.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
I mean, it's better compared to where it was, you know? That's the crazy thing
I wonder
about it.
about how long. But then I'm thinking, like, she didn't get it out. Then I realized it would still get, like, dirty. And then I just imagine, like, shit growing in her hair and eating at her scalp. So I guess, yeah, that was the best solution.
Right.
That's just still.
Right.
It was hard to watch just because in my mind I just thought I was going to see, like I said, white meat, scalp coming out. I didn't know how bad it was going to be. And that it's on YouTube, man. That don't mean shit.
Yeah.
That don't mean
because
shit.
they can't keep up with that shit
These
anyway.
people that like to watch. I've seen fucking My 600-Pound Life, man. They show that shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to see the inside of somebody's fucking body.
Yeah. They do. They have all kinds of surgery shit on YouTube too.
Yeah. And I know these motherfuckers, these weird fucks that like pimple videos and shit.
People love that pimple shit.
Y'all, when I become president, it's gonna be the elderly that gets rounded up first, then the infirm, and then the fucking pimple popping watchers, motherfuckers.
Elderly gets rounded up first.
Y'all are third on my list.
Well, at least you're giving them a warning now. It's a fair warning now.
Stop watching that shit. When I become president, if you have a history within 2 years of watching pimple popping videos, Coliseum them up, man. Like, fuck them.
You're on your way, and you got to deal with it.
Yep.
I'm gonna find the. I'm ready to move on to the more.
I haven't watched.
Seems like the cat lawyer.
Oh, it just
fucking
seems so
cat
fake,
lawyer.
bro.
All right, so we're gonna watch it real quick first, because I thought it was fake at first, man.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on
Look
in
at the eyes.
the video settings.
Look at the eyes.
You might want to take a look.
Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it.
Fucking lawyer cat, you're prepared to go for it. I love how gung-ho he is, where it's like, I'll be a fucking cat. We're going to do this shit. I'm prepared to go move forward as a cat if we need to. Oh my god. Look at the set. Why does the cat gotta have like a sad face? The cat looks like he's about to cry.
Like the dude at the top is chilling in the back.
He's asleep as shit. Look at him. He's out. Was he asleep the whole time? Wait a minute. Now I gotta go back.
Bro.
Is the top guy asleep?
Mr. Ponton, I
Top
believe.
We're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
He looked at it.
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is. And
He sees. He don't even give a shit.
I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that.
I'm not a cat. He woke up.
Click the up arrow next to.
He said, "I'm not a cat."
I can see that.
Assistant here. She's trying to, but
He looks up when he says, "I'm not a cat."
I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that. I think if you click the arrow next to
He's just asleep as shit. Oh my god! I love it had to be the sad cat filter too. And then I'm not a cat.
I didn't even know fucking Zoom had filters, man.
No, I didn't know they had filter. I knew they had like their own little like green screen thing that would do, but not like that. Fuck, man.
I can't get over those fucking eyes and how close he is, man. And I'm not a cat line, yo.
I died. The I'm not a cat line killed me, and just when he's looking down and looking up, and the filter is just tracking his face go up and down and up and down, and it's like, what the fuck?
I wonder why they would have that, like.
Oh.
Cause now it often feels like masquerade parties and shit.
Yeah, I guess people people use it for more than just this. I guess like Zoom parties, I've
used Zoom the first time it was like my family. So like all my cousins or whoever came on.
Yeah.
And we just were on there for a few hours. It was supposed to be a game night, but I don't know if it ever actually occurred.
Just shooting the shit.
Talking.
Yeah.
And then I did have a few interviews last year that were done that way. And so I get it, but I wouldn't think they'd have filters.
Right.
Again, I'm not on all the social medias. Like I said, I use Facebook. If I'm inclined to take pictures, I'll use Instagram. But Twitter still confuses the shit out of me. And yeah, so Zoom, it's not necessarily it's not a social media platform, but it's still technology.
Right.
So
I'm not even into Twitter that much. I've just started trying to build my Twitter up. So I'm going to like wrestling promotions and then following all of their followers and then trying to get follow backs and stuff like that.
Do you
but
unfollow the motherfuckers after they follow?
I'll go. I haven't done that yet, but like apparently you can go back and just see if they're following you back, and then you click unfollow. I haven't really been doing. I've just been following everybody. Twitter's never done anything for me, and I'm not really into Twitter. Right. So I figure like if I can at least build up an audience and then promote this to them, that's cool. Whatever.
Because I know like on Instagram, people that follow me, and you know they're either bots or they're just trying to get you to follow them back.
Yep. And
like I don't pay no mind. I know eventually you're gonna stop following me, so I'm not even worried about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
That's the thing too, because you know eventually they'll give you that follow and then they'll cut it back later because they're playing that same game.
Right.
You know.
And it's like I don't have anything right now that I need to build. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So other than this, like SVR, which, like I said, when I mail shit, I'll use the SVR stickers.
Yeah, and we got our new microphone labels on there, so you get that SVR on that baby.
I don't think you got that's that too. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just like that's cool. You mentioned Twitter, Twitter, but this wasn't a Twitter feed. I don't imagine it was a Twitter post. I mean, I do follow you on Twitter, but I don't go on Twitter.
Yeah, but, I tag you in it sometimes when we have our shows.
You posted a picture of you wrestling on your, I don't know which one of your actual pages.
Yeah, one of them.
Pages, but I don't remember. But it was like, oh, I found the ring, the perfect place to beat somebody's ass. Right? And I was thinking, why don't we actually solve all of the world's problems like that? Just like whoever the two people that have the grievance, get into the ring.
Just go at it.
That would save millions of lives in war and cause just fucking Trump versus whoever, and whoever wins is just right.
Yep.
They get the bragging rights. You know,
they're good. They win. You won.
Save millions of lives and millions of dollars.
Yep. Exactly.
And you can pay-per-view the shit out of it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that'd just be smart. I mean, I figure why don't we do that shit with the Olympics? Like it's a world competition. So why don't you just have more fucking higher stakes at it?
Yeah, like, higher the stakes. Higher the stakes, guys. Higher the stakes.
You train your athletes.
Instead of war, we should be having just fights.
I mean, I think it would be easier if it was just the people who had the grievances.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Because then they convince, because when they create wars, they have to convince people to fight the wars for them.
Right. This isn't 1776.
Exactly.
Like fucking
exactly.
Trump wouldn't go to war. Obama wasn't going to go to war.
Right.
He
exactly.
wasn't going to have his M16. You know
Come on, guys!
Like,
freedom!
It's kind of fucked up. Like, at least George Washington was like, you know what? Let's do this shit, man. This is war.
We got to go to war.
I mean, he wasn't the president at the time, but I think
right, general.
I think even like the War of 1812, I'm pretty sure the motherfuckers that were maybe not the president. I don't know. At that point, they would let them, but it was still some pretty important people there. You know, busting caps.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, that was the thing about the Revolutionary Wars, because you know the Americans didn't play by rules because they were doing more guerrilla style fighting. So the British soldiers would have their generals. But their generals would have their fancy shit on.
They were.
So they sniped them.
That's what I liked about fucking Braveheart. What's the other Mel Gibson? What's the American Braveheart?
I know what you're talking about. The Patriot.
Like, I just like how, like you said, they used guerrilla tactics. Like they knew the terrain. That's how we lost Vietnam. Like motherfuckers just knew the terrain. Like
right. They knew.
Shit. So
those little things.
This was our country, so we knew what you looked like, and we weren't really even an army.
Right.
So we could do different shit, and like the scene where they're in the fucking two scenes, like when they're in the swamps, and like I don't remember how that scene played, but I just remember them using this is a great war tactic. And then the scene where they're negotiating getting the hostages, and like they have these British soldiers all fucking lined up, and they're just fucking like fucking scarecrows, and they get the that's just fucking brilliant,
crazy,
bro.
man.
The only thing I like about that movie, the only part that's fucked up. And I'm sorry if you guys never saw The Patriot, but it's over 20 years old.
You should have seen it by now.
Like, I know they just keep murking Mel Gibson's sons, which is kind of sad. But the scene I found most fucked up is they got those people to fucking snitch, and they still burned them in the fucking barn. In the church. I'm like, yo, that's fucked up, man.
Yep.
Like, but other than that, that was a great movie. And Braveheart's good too. Like,
Right.
Braveheart's not as good in my opinion, but it was good.
I gotta see Braveheart. I haven't seen Braveheart in forever. It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
And there's another movie I like about Scottish, not Independence, but it stars Liam Neeson. I cannot think of the name of it. I mean, he's playing another real person, but I cannot think of the name of that fucking movie. And it's just like his wife gets kidnapped, and it's just like, okay, we're going to war. I think they were already at war, and he was reluctant. But
Yeah,
like,
but now
that
it's
was
like,
the motive.
now
So
we gotta
yeah,
go.
It was good shit, man. Like,
Damn.
I like. I don't know. It might be the testosterone in me, but I like a good fucking war. Not even just war.
Good
I like
war
a
movie.
good action movie.
Yeah, I like a good action. I like a good war movie too.
I do like.
I'm in
I
with
like
it.
a lot of movies from the slavery period,
Mhm.
like whether it's a war movie or just
Just
like
the time
movies-
period.
Right, I just
Yeah.
like that time period, and it's crazy. Excuse me, unless like you're a history buff, you don't think about movies that are from other parts of the world at that time. Like,
Right.
obviously we're making it, or maybe somebody else is making it, but just like that same time period, but different parts of the world, and you're like, this is the same time.
Exactly,
But you don't
yeah.
think about it when you're watching
Yeah.
a movie, unless you're like big into history.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? Like, you could tell me slavery was going on, and then over here you had Queen Elizabeth. I wouldn't fucking know that at the same time.
Right.
But I like slavery movies. I don't.
Yeah, that time it's just that.
It probably sounds fucking horrible, but like I watched Glory for not for the first time, but like I saw the whole thing last year.
Yeah.
I was like, that's some good ass acting, man. Like, I see
It's good
why
shit.
Denzel blew up like the World Trade and it, because like he was fucking acting his
That
ass
was the
off.
movie that put him out.
I don't want to say yes, but it was definitely
It's
still earlier
during
in
that
his
time,
career. Like, cause like what's that? Early 90s? It might have been late 80s. But like he wasn't
that was way
Denzel
back.
Washington.
Yeah,
at the time.
yeah, no.
But then you had like Matthew Broderick, who is probably best known. I don't even know what the fuck. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, probably.
Yeah.
So this was after that.
That or fucking Inspector Gadget.
I was gonna say fucking Inspector Gadget, bro, but I was like, nah, that's mad disrespectful to my dude.
I mean,
But
because he's
saw
like a
Inspector-
Broadway
I saw
guy,
Inspector
you know.
Gadget in theaters, man.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
But so yeah, you got that. You got Carrie Elwes. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but the dude that plays in The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Robin Hood
Yeah,
Men
yeah,
type.
yeah. Yep.
You got Andre Braugher. You got Morgan Freeman. It's like these are and like
And there's
all
like
of these
no
are
green
actors.
screen shit in it. It's like
Right.
actually good acting in
But
the
that's
story.
Like, it's just the story and the acting, and then like
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick is just standing up for these people. I mean, it's the white savior complex in
Right,
movies,
right.
but I don't give a fuck if
But
it's
it's
entertaining.
the story,
It's
right.
entertaining. And then I don't know if you ever saw it, but the end was fucked up, man. And like I'm watching,
What was the end?
It did not work out well. Like, so like,
Oh, shit.
so like, all right. So back then, I don't know about all the soldiers, but like, yeah, you enlisted these African American soldiers. Many of them were slaves. Some of them weren't. And it's like, yeah, they're fighting for the North, so their freedom, if you win, is guaranteed.
Right.
But you weren't letting them fight. You were having them digging ditches and fucking doing like menial shit.
Oh well, this isn't.
Right.
We can't trust them with the hot special
Right,
ops.
but then they
shit or whatever.
fucking Matthew Broderick stood up for him, and they stood up because they were training. He's training them.
Yeah.
And then when he found out, like, no, they're not going to do that, he was mad. Like,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
you wait- and like they're not giving
I'm
them
wasting my fucking time
Right.
here.
You're not giving them the equipment they want, so like
Right.
they finally do it, and they're fucking fighting, and then they just get to this fucking this fort. I don't remember if it's in Georgia or Texas or something, but it's like mad defensible. Like these motherfuckers are like good in this fort. So like they're the first ones there. They're like, we gotta take this motherfucker.
Yeah. No.
It ain't work out. Like let's imagine they were like, we're gonna take this motherfucker, and then the maid from Family Guy is like, no, I don't think so.
I don't. No.
Like,
no,
that's
and pushing you out with a broom. No.
But they all fought and died, bro. Like when I saw Denzel get shot, I was like, damn, this movie, they're not playing in this
Have
movie.
you ever seen Fury? It's a World War II movie.
No. With
It's
the
like
violence?
about
Is that
like
the- no, that's
it's
what
about
Shia
like
LaBeouf?
it's about the freaking tanks. It's about the tanks.
I haven't seen it. No.
It's good. It's good. But
See,
it's
World War
same,
II, I don't watch.
No,
I do
not
like
a happy.
But that's the thing.
It's
if
the
it's
right
a lot
ending.
Of real
It's not a happy
story,
ending,
like,
but
when
it's the right
real
ending.
stories, it's understandable.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I get it. But like sometimes when a movie just gives me like a fucked up ending or something, I'm like, damn, yo, I wasn't ready. Like, and then if I
Right.
see a movie and I know I like a movie, but I'm not in the mood for like the fucked up part that I know, I'm like, I can't watch this movie.
Yep.
Like Fruitvale Station. That really happened. That was Oscars grant like last couple of days, and it's like great movie. Michael B. Jordan's doing his thing. It was enjoyable to watch. But then you see him die, and then like right after that, they show you like the actual footage, and you're like, I'm never gonna watch this movie fucking again. And it's like it's like it's hard for me to watch movies based on real shit if it's newer, like if it's more recent.
Yeah.
Like have you seen Pain and Gain with Mark Wahlberg
Yeah,
and The Rock?
yeah.
That shit's real.
That's fucked.
I'm
Yeah,
watching
it's
this movie geeking. I'm like, yo, they really fucking kidnapping this dude and they're torturing him. And then I watch the movie. And it's like, yeah, these shits and such, and I'm like, what? This is real? I'm never watching this shit again. Like, I feel horrible.
That's what I did with Fury, because Fury, I thought that it was like just a made up tank movie for World War II. It was the movie was based on World War II, but the actual event was World War I.
Right.
Back when they first started using those tanks, and they had one tank that they had male and female tanks, and this was like a female tank, which didn't have like the big fucking things on it, but they had a bunch of little guns, and they stood for like 20 hours, and apparently like there was just a wall of bodies that just circled around them, like people coming in, and eventually they got taken over. But not after they fucking killed a lot. And it's just a story. It's like the Spartans. It's like, they eventually overran the Spartans, but...
Because I was almost about to say, like, I could watch the story of Alexander the Great and not feel bad when he dies. But I'm thinking, if it's written well enough and it's acted well enough, I'm going to feel fucking
You're
bad.
gonna be in it, yeah.
I'm like, shit, I know this shit happened thousands of years ago, but damn.
But
they
that's
had
some human
to do
shit.
him like that, man. Why they stab him like that? Or
Right.
however, you know what I mean?
It's Julius Caesar.
Yeah, Julius
stabbed
Caesar.
him up in Congress.
And like if it's everybody knows, like, I don't want to say everybody knows the story of Julius Caesar, but he got betrayed and they shanked him up. And I'm like, if it's acted well enough, I'm gonna be like, damn, yo, why they stab George Clooney like that? I don't know why George Clooney is fucking Caesar. But I'm like, they had to do my mans like that. So this is a movie, it's on Netflix now. I saw it in theaters when it came out. It's called The Free State of Jones. And it stars Matthew McConaughey. And I don't remember if it's a real story, but at the end, like, he's white. He's fucking Matthew McConaughey. I didn't mean it like that. But he's clearly a white man. But
I just wasn't expecting you to be like, he's white.
He's fighting for he's a fucking and yeah, I should know these words. He's a fucking abolitionist. So he's fighting for the freedom of black people.
Yeah.
And like obviously the war happens and black people get their freedom and they can vote. And Mahershala Ali's in it, and he wants to vote. And like obviously back then they would try to intimidate black people not to vote or vote the way they wanted.
Right.
And he did his thing, and they fucking lynched him, bro. And I'm like, yo, that's fucked up. And again, I don't know if it's based off of a true story, but it's still just like a bitter end. And it wasn't the very end, because there's parts of the movie that are present day, and that's more redeeming, or not present day, but take place in like the 1960s or whatever.
Right.
So that was more redeeming, but it was just like,
still,
damn, they had to do my man like that. And you got to think.
Right.
That happened to real people. Like even if this wasn't like what was I watching last year? I watched a lot of movies last year, which I imagine most people did with quarantine and shit. But
what else you gonna do?
It's hard for me to watch like the black experience movies. Like I can watch Menace to Society every fucking day. I just find that movie entertaining because it's real. It's more real than 1876 movie, but it's just like, in a way, I feel like you can almost avoid that element.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there are victims of like gang violence
and who grew up in the area. They're just there, right?
But I don't know. Like it's hard for me to watch a lot of the black experience movies. Because last year was just rough.
Yeah.
Like, the beginning of last year, and like, I don't want to say it never got better, but obviously changes are happening in this country, and there's, like, revolution.
Right.
So it's just hard to watch certain shit. Like, when I said, I definitely can never watch Fruitvale Station again. Like, excellent movie.
What is Fruit? Because I don't know.
All right, so Oscar Grant was...
Just what it's about, you know?
It's about the last few days of Oscar Grant's life. Oscar Grant was killed by... like BART officers. Like he got shot in the back and it was
What
an accident.
year is it based in? Is it like 60s?
No, it's recent. It's like
it's like new. Oh,
I want to say
shit.
the movie came out like 2017 maybe.
Yeah.
I want to say Oscar Grant was killed in like 2014, 2013. It's new.
Oh, so it's very
And
new.
It's like
No
real.
shit. Oh, it's real
So,
new shit.
And it's like the movie, if you didn't know, if you were just watching a movie like, oh, I love Michael B. Jordan, and you're watching it, again, it's just like the last few days of his life, and it's like normal shit. Like, he's a young guy, he's got struggles and shit, but, you know, he's got things to look forward to. He's got people to care about him.
Yeah.
And, they go out on, it's like New Year's Eve. It's some holiday. They go out, and they're just coming back. Everything's done. They're getting on the train, and I guess it was too many people on the train, or a fight broke out, and so people got removed off the train, and him and his group did, and the officer was just detaining them. He's like, we didn't do nothing, obviously. He's saying shit like that, and the officer has him on his stomach, and he's handcuffed. He's already handcuffed, and apparently the officer thought he had his taser, which I don't see why you need it, because dude's already handcuffed.
That's already don't. Yeah,
and it wasn't like, obviously, again, I don't know why you need your taser, but it wasn't like he wanted to shoot this person and kill him, but it's still fucked up.
It's
man.
fucked.
It's just,
Either way, it's
to know
fucked.
that it's real,
Right,
and
right.
It's just like, and like I said, I think that's the last scene of the movie. And then they immediately show the actual footage of some bystander was recording, and it's like that just made it worse. And I was like, oh, this is rough.
Yeah,
like, it's just certain shit that
rough,
takes
man.
me out of it, man. Like I said, even Pain and Gain, it was just like when I found out that was real, I felt bad for geeking because I was laughing. I love Mark Wahlberg. I love Anthony Mackie, and The Rock was just the dumbest version of The Rock. This side of the fucking tooth fairy. And I'm like, then I found myself, I was like, oh, this is real. I was like, oh,
real.
nah, I feel bad.
Yeah, that's some fucking wild shit that people put themselves through, or put people through.
Right,
People put people through.
Like,
man.
you don't feel bad for I mean, they were the protagonists, but you don't feel bad for the bad people. They were the bad people.
They were the bad people, right?
You know what I mean? I didn't feel bad for the victim, again, because I was laughing, but then when you find out it's real, you're like, ouch. Like, this is fucking fucked up. What else, man? I don't know. It's like certain movies when you find, like, I can watch Schindler's List.
Pretty much.
Wow, Hitler's List is a lot longer than Schindler's List.
It's probably a lot longer.
I could watch Schindler's List. I haven't seen it in years, but I
don't think I've ever seen Hitler's.
At
a certain point, man, that Freudian slip's going to catch up with you.
Bro, I watched Schindler's List on VHS. I think that some bitch was on like 3 different tapes.
It's long
It's long as shit.
It's on Netflix?
I doubt it.
I gotta watch it, man.
I used to have it on VHS. It stars Liam Neeson.
Because I remember Leonard told me about it way back.
Bro, it's
way
a good
back,
film.
man.
It's just one fucked up thing. Well, obviously, lots of Jews are being killed. Like,
Right.
I don't think you see stuff, but there's this one scene. The whole movie's in black and white. Or
is it old, or is it just
it was
made in
the
black
90s.
and white?
It's just made in
Gotcha.
try to like reflect the period.
Yeah.
And it's like not even black and white. It's more like monochrome. I think it's like a sepia tone almost.
Yeah.
But there's couple of scenes, and there's a little girl, and she wears a red coat. So she doesn't have a name, and she's not like, you're not following her, but every when you see her, you see her because she's the only person in color. And eventually she gets killed, and you're like, yo, that's fucked up. Like,
wow.
And again, not necessarily real people. Like Schindler was a real person. His assistant was a real. He saved real people.
Right.
But like, you're not watching it from that perspective. But this is still like that was a little girl, and it just shows you like the fucking brutality of the Nazis. And of course, yes, there were some Nazis who were just following orders, and there were some Nazis that probably never fucking lifted a finger to hurt somebody, but they're still gonna.
But they're still there. Right.
So, but to just see that is just fucked up. Have you ever seen The Pianist?
Mm-mm.
I don't know, pianist. I don't know. There's Adrian Brody. It's probably the last.
I've heard of The Pianist.
It's the last good thing he's ever made.
Pianist.
But which is also the first thing he's made. He just was like. After that, he was like,
whatever.
He was like, I got a Best Actor Oscar. I don't give a fuck what I make.
Yeah,
at
he's
this
good.
point.
It don't fucking matter.
And I'm not saying I don't enjoy other things from him, but I also am saying he does not give a fuck.
Right.
But it's a real person. He's one person. It's a real person. He's a pianist. He plays the piano, and obviously I think he's in Poland, and like the war breaks out, or the war reaches Poland, and he's Jewish, and so he's hiding, and like people are saving him.
I've seen this a long time.
But like,
is it older too? It's kind of
this is newer. This is like 2000. We were probably in high school when it came out.
Okay.
But
Because it sounds familiar. I don't know. Because I love World War II movies anyway.
Yeah, it's just some fuck. And then another thing, I might be confusing the two movies. I think this was Schindler's List, but it's like a family eating a meal, and like I guess they hear like the Nazis coming. Like I guess you can hear their tanks. So everybody they turn the lights off and they're just chilling in the dark. And I guess like it's too late. They figured out, and then you see. Like the lights come back on, the Nazis are in the room and shit, and then it's just like they're stealing the people's shit. I think that was the pianist. I don't remember, but it's still just fucked up.
It's
and like these are
right,
people
right.
that are more than likely gonna die.
It's real, right?
Just
Real
like
life
if you
shit.
watch the fucking Anne Frank story, man, that's like fucked
It's
up,
real
bro.
shit. Yeah, like people actually had to fucking hide.
And then like 2 years ago, you found out Anne Frank's the same age as Martin Luther King would have been. Like they're both dead, but they would have been the same
Really?
age. And you're like, yo, that's fucking crazy, man.
What a crazy past 100 years.
Right, and it's like.
It's
sometimes you feel like
crazy.
nothing's changed, and then sometimes you feel like really optimistic. But,
Right.
But to think that, and that wasn't here, but I wouldn't put it past.
That's pretty normal. That makes sense too, because looking back at it and just seeing how far we've come, but there's always far to go.
Right.
You know, that's so fucking crazy to think about just the past 100 years. Because even 100 years ago, people were just barely flying.
Right.
Like they debuted planes in World War One.
Right.
You know, poisoning everybody.
Yeah.
A fucking thing flying over, just spraying everybody. You
but
know.
not even that. How quickly, when we develop a new technology, how quickly we turn it into weapons.
Oh yeah.
Like
That's
I'm pretty
the
sure the
first
Wright
thing.
brothers weren't like, you know what, I want to fly this and then drop bombs or some sort of chemical. They just wanted to fucking make something new, and
Whoever
then
the
somebody
military
was
guy
like,
was, yep.
somebody was like, you know what? Let's utilize these planes. Like,
Yes, sir.
You see it with drone technology. You see it with fucking everything. People are just destructive in general.
Yeah.
So you come up with a new way to do shit, and then you immediately try to utilize it for war. You immediately try to utilize it
try to kill people.
to not only kill people, but like to get the upper hand. Like, I'm surprised we have not figured out how to just fucking, I don't know. Once we figured out how to get to space, I'm surprised we didn't figure out how to fucking use the moon and turn the moon into a big ass laser. We might have. I
Not
don't
yet.
know. Well, we
Yeah,
might. We
right.
might have it up there. We just don't know.
Right.
The common man doesn't know.
Right.
Like Trump was probably mad as shit they cut off his Twitter because he was going to expose the shit out the moon fucking beam. Like, shut my Twitter off. Watch this. The moon has a laser.
The moon has a laser. China don't have that.
Like, it's just America. America. Like, so it's just fucking crazy, man. Like the first person, like the first fucking caveman to come up with fire to cook their food or even just to get warm, they're probably like, yo, I'm warm right now. I touched it and it hurt. I'm gonna use this on Tuk Tuk's clan. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, bro.
And it hurt. I'm gonna set these bitches on fire.
I'm gonna set that cave on fire.
They probably did, though. They probably really did. They're like, you know what? I got the fucking weapon now. They keep throwing that shit at me. You ain't gonna be able to do shit once I catch you with this.
Man, I'm gonna set my arrow. I'm gonna set my spear on fire and sling that bitch.
Think how brilliant that
Bro,
was, though,
like,
man.
that's crazy. Like, human beings are just.
And then you think
destructive.
about the fucking Chinese people fucking with the Chonu Konus shooting fucking a sea of arrows just coming at you now.
Man, the fucked
it's
up part
raining
about
arrows.
China, man, is like they had so many advances in
Oh,
technology.
you mean China?
China?
You mean China?
They had so many advances in technology, but then they just closed themselves off.
Yeah,
and
yep,
like then the
yep.
world caught up, and then they weren't. I don't want to say they weren't important anymore.
Right.
But they weren't China.
Like
you
at
know
the
what I
top,
mean?
right?
You know what I mean? Like,
And they've crashed down like into chaos so many times with each other.
Right.
Like
I mean,
China
huge-
doesn't always stay
I don't know how
unified.
big China is, but it's a lot of motherfuckers.
It's a lot of motherfuckers, yeah.
So I can't speak for the actual size of the country. I'm not sure, but I would imagine it's not tiny. But it's
Right.
a lot of fucking humans.
Right,
There's more
it's huge.
than anywhere else. So yeah, and it's like you just gotta. It's just crazy, man. Like how there's advances in things and how the world can go one way. Like look at
Yeah.
Japan. We nuked Japan, and then the very next day, they came up with giant robots. And like you know what I mean?
The very next day, mad quick, just they're all fucked
No,
up.
I
Like,
see why
I got an
fucking-
idea for robots.
I see why Japanese parents are fucking hard on their children. Like, we were nuked, and then the next day, we were the #1 economy. Like, how the fuck y'all do
That
that?
don't make any sense. Why did they nuke you then?
But that's what I'm saying. A lot of fucking advancements came out of Japan after we fucking nuked them, man.
Yeah.
So, it's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, it's all crazy. It's all crazy, man.
And you
It's
gotta
all
think,
it's all you know, and then we'll just look online and you see a guy trying to convince you that he's not a cat.
I'm not a cat.
not a
I don't. I think of all the things that said in that video, that was the most unnecessary thing, man.
It was the most
He's like,
you think
I'm here live. I'm here. We can go forward with this thing. I'm not a cat.
I'm not a cat.
Oh,
The
man.
capybara said a plot twist. He was a cat, and he had a human voice
Funny as
filter.
shit, bro. No, it'd be funny as shit if my man was an actual cat, and somehow he had the technology to like metamorphosize into a human, and he just couldn't muster up the energy that day. So he's just like, "This is a fucking filter." Like,
It's a filter, guys.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm not a cat, I promise, but he's a fucking boy cat's over there trying to fucking get it in.
Fucking blend in, like I don't know, man. I have Zoom right now.
Yep,
I don't
yep.
see a fucking cat filter, man.
Yep,
and
exactly.
I have the premium subscription.
Yep.
Something's not right.
Exactly. The premium, you're paying for that premium, that $5 a month ain't no joke, man.
Bro, I'm playing premium for something. I don't even know what the fuck it is, man.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
I downloaded some fucking app, and every fucking month I get charged $5.99. And I'm
You
like,
don't know what it is?
I don't remember what it
You gotta
is,
go
man.
into the iTunes library. Because I had like a $2.99 charge coming out.
Well, it's
and
not
it was one of
iTunes
those
because I have an
repost apps.
actual smartphone. Yeah, I have an actual Samsung smartphone.
It's gonna be harder to track.
I mean, it might not. I just didn't know where to look. But yeah, that shit's crazy, man. My man said I am not a cat. I don't know what to look for. I don't know where to fucking begin. I would ask you guys questions, but I don't have your responses in front of me, so I don't know what you would be answering. It's $1.99 a month, and I know, what it is. Yeah, I'm fine with it. It's a picture app where you can change like the filter. I don't use it because I don't take pictures, and I haven't posted anything on my Instagram.
Yeah.
But it's $2 a month. Actually, that's how you become poor. Like, it's only $2.
If you did that and then you put it in Doge, and then Doge ended up being
true,
something.
man.
I mean, as
it's
stupid as a thing, people were saying the same shit about Bitcoin. Even though Doge doesn't have the
cap.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's weird though, because since it doesn't have a cap, it's not going to have the inflation issues that the capped ones have. And eventually, if you are going to cap it, that means it's going to end eventually.
Bro, I'm as ignorant as a freely freed slave, bro. A recently freed slave. I don't understand none of that shit, bro. I just know that there's only a certain amount of Bitcoin, and there's all the fucking Dogecoin in the world that you want.
There you
I
go.
don't know what happened.
Right.
I don't know none of that shit.
We can speculate everything.
I just know fucking Dogecoin is dumb fucking cheap. And maybe not tomorrow because my check's probably going to be gone as soon as it comes. But the next opportunity I get, I'm balling out on Dogecoin, bro.
Might as fucking
and again,
well.
If I never see a fucking return on that money, fuck it. You know how many other things I'm never going to see a return on? All the women I've been on dates with. You know what else I'm never going to see a fucking return on? All the fucking video games I spend money on. You know what else I'm never going to see a return on? Well, my parents are never going to see a return on me because I'm a failure every time. But, like, I didn't feel comfortable saying my children. But I know for a fact I've disappointed my own parents. So I can say that confidently.
I'm glad you didn't say that about the kids.
I'm not arrogant, but I will arrogantly say my parents wasted all their money on me. They should have took me to the motherfucking fire department the day they got out the hospital. They'd be like, this one, I can smell failure on them. And just...
automatically. It's too much. I already don't want to deal with it.
Matter of fact, don't even take me to the fire. They shouldn't even take me to the fire department. They should have smothered me or put a dagger in my heart.
Jesus.
Like, shit.
They're fucking, you're one of the Spartan babies that didn't make it. They just threw them over the edge.
Somehow they get a time machine and say, look, this is what our child would have been if we let him live. And the judge is like, you're free to go.
Just go.
He's 30 and he does nothing. Like, he won't get a better paying job. He keeps on talking about his mental health. We don't give a fuck about mental health. You need more money, son. Do you want me alive or do you want me rich? Because I'm going to be fucking... if I'm rich, I'm going to be dead shortly after.
Dead as shit,
like,
dude.
Do you want me to get a better job because you want my money? You want my inheritance? Is that what it is?
Right.
Because if I am happy as a pig in shit with my barely paying shit job right fucking now, and that's all that should matter.
You can't... You can't beat that though.
You can't.
You can't, because that's real. I mean, as cliche as it is, that's real happiness though, because
Right.
people make themselves not happy by wanting more, wanting more, wanting more. It's like at a certain fucking point, man, you can stress yourself out about this shit, but the variables to put somebody in a position don't work out for everybody
And
anyway.
the fucked up part is, you're always gonna want more.
Oh wait, yeah.
Like, not everybody. Like, you got people like Bill Gates on the outside are very generous. I don't believe in philanthropy. I don't think there's an actual way to be. What's the word?
Is it like donating? Like
No, well, philanthropy is what he's
like
a
where they give-
philanthropist at this
they-
point.
they-
but there's
yeah.
no true altruism in this world. Like, no
'Cause they
one
feel
gives
good
any,
about it,
right.
yeah.
If you feel good about it,
You
you,
should be-
didn't give it from the goodness of your heart. I know
Right.
that's
You should be
that's
sacrificing.
asinine, but even if you sacrifice, you're gonna feel some twinge of goodness. You say
that
hey,
you did it.
You know what I mean?
You're making a rightful sacrifice.
Right. So that's why there's no altruism. Obviously, you can do good. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not saying that, but it's just like that altruism. It's not a thing. It's just a
That selflessness.
right. It's
yeah.
not a thing. But there are people like that who don't mind giving. Who, hey, I have more than enough, and like I want to maybe educate other people and help many people as I can without just necessarily giving my money away.
Right.
But then there are people that just want more and more, and then you think about, okay,
And need more and more and more.
you're rich. All right, say you come from old money, and like you've been rich, you were born
You're just-
rich.
that's
your
all
father
you know.
Was born rich. His father was born rich, or wherever it came from. So now you know you have a sense of entitlement,
Right.
and then your kids, they're gonna have a sense of entitlement. Their kids are gonna have until the money runs out, which the money's never gonna fucking run out because it's old fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like LeBron James, he has his money. He didn't come from money,
Right.
And all he can do is hope that when he dies, his children make the right decisions, which statistically they're not.
That's the hard.
Just
right.
because
It's
it's you don't have generations of training with this money. It's like
That's the
these
key.
kids,
Exactly.
These kids, and I'm not meaning to target LeBron. I don't know him personally.
No, it's
he
just a
might
good
have
example,
educated
though.
his kids,
Yep.
but it's like a person that didn't come from money. They didn't have the education. Their kids, who may or may have not been, it depends. They might have been born after the money came, or they might have been born.
and they could still have the
before.
ideas, but they're not conditioned in the
Right.
same way.
But then they also just see like, okay, I got this Xbox for Christmas. I may not even have asked for it, but I know we have the money, and you just might not make the same decisions. Fucking Clyde S. Snortendale,
Right.
who's
Right.
four fucking generations fucking rich as a billionaire, you would make. You know what I mean? And that's just the hard part. Like, I will say, at least if you're an athlete or you're a musician or something, if you've made enough money, that way you lived a comfortable life and your family lived a comfortable life, and then you die, it's not on you. Obviously, you're dead, but you would
That's
want
true.
the money to keep going. You
Right.
know, like, whether it's, I personally don't think you need to go to college. If I were rich, I wouldn't make my kids go to college. I would want them to still learn,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't just be like, okay, it's your 18th birthday. Here's
You
your
have to go-
Ferrari.
right,
I
right.
wouldn't want to necessarily. Like, if I was rich, if I won the Mega Millions or the Powerball or whatever, and had 700 million, my kids wouldn't know shit. They would still be eating fucking pizza and chicken nuggets,
Yep.
and I'm still gonna be fucking going to my parents' house stealing their fucking food. Like, even
Yep,
though I have
exactly.
millions,
Exactly.
hundreds of millions, and don't get me wrong, I take care of my parents, but then I just still be going to their house and like, oh, you got steak in your freezer?
It's just the way that we work, you know. It's just the way that you work.
But like, I would just try to be as frugal as I could. Like, I know there would be things I would want, but I wouldn't want my kids to know like we have this money.
Right.
I would want them to think, or their mother asks for something, and it's just like, it's kind of like a pantomime. Like, she's like, well, they need this, and they get it, but they don't think like we always.
Oh, we're
get
gonna
it.
get
You know
it.
what I
It's
mean?
gonna be there,
Like,
yeah.
it's just she asked, he works. You know.
Yeah.
So like, I just wouldn't want them to know I was rich.
Exactly.
And then
That's true. You don't want everybody knowing you're rich anyway, because you're
Well,
gonna
I
get
just-
people wanting to come
My
up.
kids specifically, I just wouldn't want them to be spoiled. Like, my parents would know. I would take care of my parents. My
Yeah.
siblings would know. You motherfuckers would know. I just wouldn't want my kids to know. And of course, the bitches would know because I'm gonna be balling out on these hoes. I'm gonna be like, hey, Woo. I'm like, use me for my money, boo.
Get
Throw
it,
on
baby.
me.
Get
Like,
it, baby. It's gonna run out soon. You better come and get it
better
while
come
it's
and
here.
get that shit because I only got. If I had won $700 million, bro, I would only keep. I would have kept a small percentage
right.
for myself, and when it was gone, I'd just be back at work. Like, but until then, baby,
But you got some
gonna
wild
catch me-
stories.
You would catch me in Europe. You would catch me in Thailand. I'd be balling. out, bro.
All over. All the fuck over.
They be like, but nobody love you for you. I don't want nobody to love me. I want them to love this president, baby.
Do you know me? I don't want to be around somebody who loves me.
I don't know me, bitch. After I got this money, I changed, bitch. Like, I
know me.
Like, I can't even look in the mirror. I don't recognize who I see in the mirror when I go pee, bitch. Like, I'm rich. Like,
do you think I love me? No,
I don't even know me.
I just love what I do.
I love this yacht, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but you don't even know how to. You're afraid of water. Yeah, but I got this yacht, bitch. Like,
yeah, but I'm in the water, though.
I got this gold airplane. It can't even fly because it's too heavy from the gold, but I got it.
I got it. Though. It's not even gold plate. You could have gold plated it. No, solid.
The engine is nothing but a block of gold, baby.
It's all
like, it don't even have the fucking pistons and shit. It's just one big hunk of gold.
Yep.
Like, but the seats are velvet. Everything else gold. Like,
gold on gold on gold, and maybe a little bit of silver. We're not that cheap though.
Right. You know. We're going to switch it up, man. We're going to have rose gold. We're going to have white gold. It's going to be gold.
Yep, just gold, and a little bit of platinum.
And platinum fucking handles when you open the fucking door. That's about it. But no, I just wouldn't want my kids to know, man. Like, I would want them to still want to go out there and find their path and not feel like they had to live up to me or, you know, that they would be any sort of, like, if you want to fucking go to school and major in fucking liberal arts or whatever, you're going to fail, but that shit is your choice, you know?
Go for it.
I didn't even finish school, so at least if you finished it, you got a degree that means nothing.
There you go.
So, like, I don't even have a degree. Like, so.
That's true, too.
Like, shit. Like, if you, because then I feel like they just keep on redefining themselves. They be like, well, yeah, last year I was fucking in school for philosophy. Now I want to sell t-shirts on the fucking boardwalk. Like, no, man. No. Like, find your path. If it don't work out for you, that's cool. But you're not gonna know about this money until I'm dead.
Right.
And they're gonna be like, where we get what? 200 million each? What? Who?
Where did this come? How come he had us
like,
fucking wearing shoes?
Oodles and noodles, and we had millions of dollars.
I had ripped pants, and people were making fun of my clothes because I had hand-me-downs, and he had $200 million.
The biggest question, they're going to be like, yo, why is his shorts always ripped, man? He had millions of dollars. He couldn't buy new shorts? Like,
none.
Nope. Like, he's got fucking bleach stains on his shorts, and those some bitches are falling apart.
It's a mess.
He's had the same outfit since I was 9. I'm 30. What the fuck?
It's too much. It's just too fucking much.
That's how it be. But I know you're trying to end this.
We're getting close.
I would
got
also
another comment too, but it's perfect. It's good for the ending because he's just commenting about the title of the episode, but it could be a little piece. You want me to say it? Yeah. When I first saw the title, I thought it was an episode of My Strange Addiction. Because of the cat, what was it, Gorilla Girl and Catman?
Yeah, I remember the Catman with the facial piercings and tattoos.
Yeah,
I do remember him.
Yeah, I guess he was addicted to the
I think
facial
he just wanted to look
reconstruction.
Different. I don't know. I don't ever want to get an elective surgery. No, ideally, I don't want to get any surgery. If I went to the doctor tomorrow and he was like, "Hey, you got a tumor," I'm like, "Well, it's mine now." I'm gonna name that bitch.
My tumor. It's gonna be
name
here.
that bitch.
That's just gonna be here, baby.
Tommy Tumor, baby.
Exactly. Tommy Tumor.
Because I'm not letting you put a scalpel at me.
Yeah. That's the thing. Getting cut open, that takes some years off your life too.
I mean, right. I'm just resigned to my fate, you know.
Yep.
So, except if I was a millionaire, like I said,
kind of like Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant
just kept growing and shit.
He could have got the surgery. The doctors told him we can save your life, you know, and he was like, "No, man, I got to wrestle."
People just living their lives, man, and I commend that. Like, of course, you got other people to think about if you have children or your parents are still. You got people that care about you that don't want you to be dead.
Right.
But I've always said it's selfish. Like the people that want to kill themselves. Like, I'm not advocating suicide, but that's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
And to stick around when you don't want to that's all. Bro, I'm thinking about this shit.
Like, I don't believe she was egging him on like a motherfucker.
Hey, I told my homegirl that shit. I told Shorty that shit. And she was like, "Wow, man, it's a good thing they don't have you working the phone." And I'm like, I don't know I imagine those people get training.
Yeah.
Like, But like, no, like it's your dude.
What'd you do?
Turn right the fucking around and left.
You just got out.
I ain't
None of
seen
my
shit.
business.
And now
You ain't no snitch.
I'd wait for 20 years, and I'd be like, Courtney ain't woman, yo. I didn't know if he was gonna turn it on me. I just walked out the room.
Fuck
Like,
that shit.
and then as soon as that door closed behind me, I heard boom, and I was like, well, like, damn, which one did he sign in these motherfuckers? Shit. No,
I gotta get some type of proof.
I'm
though.
sorry.
It was Kurt
I'm
Cobain.
sorry, Kurt. You have a family, and they fucking love you and shit. You got fans. I'm not meaning to make light of the subject. I mean, I am, but I'm not meaning to be cruel or insensitive.
Right.
Like,
That's
I'm
the
not.
thing.
Please don't cancel me.
Right.
Culture. Don't cancel me. I know I'm ill. I don't have any culture, but don't cancel me.
Try
That's
not
all
to.
I'm saying.
Try. Just don't cancel us, guys. Just
5 years
try.
ago, we said way worse shit.
way worse shit.
Way worse shit.
Way worse shit.
Things are in the fucking posterity, in the ether out there that, I mean, it wasn't horrible.
It wasn't
but
horrible.
We were less mature.
It was more.
We
They were
gave
more.
less
I mean, they were
fucks.
just bad jokes.
Bad
There
jokes.
were more bad jokes.
Like, we're the same people.
Mhm.
It's just that we have now some decorum. Very little, but some.
But more than we did. That's the
Much more
At
than
least
we
we
did.
can say that. You know.
Like, if back then we had 1 point of decorum, now we got 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're never going to get to 10 on the RPG scale.
I don't think any of us really want to.
I definitely don't. I actually want to lose one if I can.
Right.
If I can, 'cause going back, if I was a millionaire, I'd be the most fucking eccentric motherfucker.
A PC guy.
I would have shoes made out of flamingo heads. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna find
heads.
the most
flamingo
endangered
skulls.
animal, and I'm gonna make a whole fucking kilt out of that bitch. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go find a polar bear and fight it with my bare hands on live pay-per-view.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck if it's the last rhino on the earth. I'm gonna use this fucking horn as a cod piece. You heard that shit?
That's a cod piece. What the
I
fuck
don't
is
mean
that,
this, folks? But you will see me fucking. I would have a horse. Like, I would never.
You would-
you would never see me drive
At least
a
you'd
car.
have a horse.
That thing wouldn't even be a horse. I'd fucking ride a llama. I'd be
Yeah,
in this bitch
yeah.
llamaed out, bro.
Llama
Like,
would be
sir,
pretty
you
fucking
can't
good.
bring that llama in the store. Who can? It's against store policy. Here is $1 million in fucking ones. I own the store now. And then
And they're just driving away with trucks,
like-
just hauling it away.
does he really carry trucks of money just in case people deny him entry?
And you can do that fucking Vince McMahon thing. Everybody's
What's that,
got
have
a
the
price.
fucking have people call and shit? Oh, I thought you were talking about the when he was hosting Raw. Oh, you mean the Ted DiBiase
The
shit?
Ted DiBiase shit,
hell
yeah.
I'd be like, excuse me, madam, how much for me to lick your nostril? They'd be like, what? $10,000. And they'd be like, here you go. Like,
Right. And then you'd have to lick their nostrils, so it's kind of jokes on you.
Nah, do it. I paid for it. I'ma fucking do it.
Do it.
Like, shit, I ain't fucking, you accept it?
Eccentric billionaire paying people to lick their
I'd
nostrils.
be I wouldn't put anybody in sexually compromised positions, but you would know I would be an awkward motherfucker as soon as I came on the block.
Compromise.
Mostly because I would have a fucking mariachi band following me around everywhere I go.
That'd be the.
playing
You have your own
songs for
fucking
the
entrance
thing.
music everywhere you go.
Yep. They'd be like, dun, 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 dun. I'd be like,
And it's Bob.
I'm gonna go down to fucking Perkins Projects. No, that wouldn't be out of place. There's hella Mexicans down there. I'm gonna go somewhere where they don't have no Mexicans in this city. I'm gonna go somewhere where there's no Mexicans in that part of the world. And all they go is dun, 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 dun.
You got Bob dancing around a hat.
Damn, bro, that's fucking insensitive, bro. Damn.
Well, shit,
Fuck.
you already fucking started it.
All I said was I was gonna have a mariachi band. There's nothing insensitive
But
about
you
that.
did them song. You did the song.
That's the only mariachi song there is.
They do
I
every.
don't have any other fucking songs, bro. I've seen the movies.
Don't question me. I know what I'm talking about.
I was serious about that rhino noise. Sign off. I was like,
Oh, shit.
I'm mad.
Oh,
I'm
man.
about to look up at there. Matter of fact, I'm gonna type in Google, and I don't think anybody's ever typed this in Google.
What is it?
I'm gonna let you know as soon as I type it.
I gotta know now. The Googs.
Okay, so my question that I typed into Google: are there other mariachi songs? Like
Like
what
we
is
all know the one.
another mariachi song. Oh man, that's
And it
fucking
said
wild.
there is no other.
That's it.
There is one.
There is
That's
one
it.
mariachi song. So like, then technically, we weren't even wrong.
Right.
I would have a mariachi band though, bro. Like, I don't even care how much I paid them. I'm just.
Mariachis are exciting. I always love going into a Mexican restaurant and having the mariachi.
I've
there.
I've never seen one.
You never seen them?
No.
Oh, they're awesome, dude.
Like, I kind of want to go to Mexico just for that. Then I feel like I'm gonna go to the only part of Mexico where mariachi bands are illegal.
They ain't got that shit right.
They be like, I'm like, yo, y'all have a mariachi, and they be like, that is so racist, senor. I'm like, motherfucker.
Fuck, man, this whole fucking time I
I
had no
came
idea.
to this restaurant.
Strictly for a fucking song, and you ain't even gonna play me the song.
that you guys know, and no one will even fucking play it.
You act like y'all don't even have instruments.
That's so fucking funny.
Y'all got some instruments in there.
The
mariachis
I
are
don't
cool
even know
though,
what that
man.
fucking song is, man.
I don't know.
But
I don't
every
know.
movie, if it's a mariachi,
Wasn't that like Speedy Gonzalez?
I don't fucking
remember
know,
Speedy back in the
Yeah,
day.
Of course. I'm mad that
Okay,
there'll
senor.
never be another Speedy Gonzalez, man. That's fucking crazy, man. I mean, I get it because if somebody finds it insensitive or offensive, but it's like I'm not Mexican, so I don't find it insensitive or offensive. So. I know for a fact Mexicans aren't lazy, so I don't have a problem with that shit.
Right. That's a funny thing too. How did that become a cliche? That's a weird one.
I don't know because I didn't even always like fried chicken, so I don't even. It's got to be other black people that still.
I
don't,
love
you know
fried
what I mean?
chicken.
I mean, we could talk about stereotypes, but Mexicans aren't fucking lazy. For all the other stereotypes in the world are fucking true. Like Chinese people, they will math you up in a second, bro. They will
math you up.
Chinese people know math better than no fucking kung fu, bro. Like,
and they created kung fu.
They created that shit. I don't know who created math, but I know who excels in that shit. Chinese people. But Mexicans, not lazy 1 second, not one bit of lazy. I don't even know who the fuck. Somebody was a wild fucking person to come up with that shit.
Yeah.
They had to just have seen the one Mexican that was just fucking tired.
Not doing anything, right.
After his 36-hour shift. And they're like, fucking lazy Mexican.
Right.
And you're like, senor, I've been working for a day and a half. Like,
how am I?
I mean, I know where it comes from because, like, they have, like, the siesta.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So
yeah.
it's like, why are you sleep in the middle of the afternoon?
Yeah.
Because this is how we fucking
that's the
do.
way-
This is more productive.
That's better.
Right.
That's better.
It really
Anyway.
is, though, bro.
Yeah.
Like, when I used to fucking do Uber, I would get up dumb early in the morning, work a few hours, go home, take my ass back to sleep if I didn't have anything I had to do, and then come back and go to work. It's just more.
Yeah, because you're taking care of those because those early hours are when you're going to make the money.
That's what I'm saying. You're first off, you're maximizing when you make your profit.
Yep.
Because if you say I'm gonna work 8 hours, and you work from 4 a.m. to noon, those last 3-4 hours aren't gonna be shit, bro.
Right.
So, but if you say I'm gonna work from 4 a.m. to 9 at the most, when like rush hour is starting to peter off, and then I come back out rush hour again, which I hate working rush hour, but you'd make good money.
But you're gonna make the money, right?
So that's just smart, man. Mexicans are ahead of the fucking curve.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't doing it for that, but it's still you
But
were
still.
still more productive.
Right.
So, yeah.
Anyway, man.
We let
this
somebody
was-
get away with calling Mexicans fucking
we
lazy.
did,
man. It's
and it
fucking
just
crazy.
stuck for some reason, or maybe they were just pushing it through cartoons and stuff. That might have been it. Too.
I don't fucking know, but they're not.
I don't. That wasn't my experience. I ain't never
You
met.
can quiz me on any other stereotype, and I'm gonna say true. I don't give a fuck, even if I
Yeah.
never heard it before. You can make that shit up. You can be like, Japanese people don't have ears. It's fucking true, bro. Like,
you
he's
go.
like,
I've never seen it. Have you
Never
seen their
it.
ears?
All the Japanese porn I've seen, that's why they must be so loud because they don't have fucking ears. Like,
They got to be loud.
they're loud as shit, so they can hear each other, man.
Exactly.
God,
They
they're
feel the
loud.
vibrations at least.
It's awesome though.
Oh, this was
Loud
another
women.
fun one, brother. Another fun one. We got a 2.5 hours. You good for next week as well? Are we going? Is it going to be a Thursday? Is this going to be our Thursday tradition?
Thursday's good, man.
I like it, man. This works. This
Thursday's
works
good.
fucking well because I'm about to head on up and get me a little bit of wrestling in, and then Peter off for the weekend. And I got to make some money this
So
weekend.
you don't have to
dude.
wrestle this weekend? That's good.
No wrestling this weekend. Just working.
I don't
Got to
know what
make
I'm
up
gonna
for
do,
some
bro.
money.
I know I need to make some money, but at the same time, I don't be feeling like doing Instacart. Like if I do it as soon as I get off in the morning, I'm good. But I don't be feeling like doing it on the weekends. I just don't.
Yeah, it's harder, and like the stores are full, and there's just so much more to deal
I don't
with.
even give a fuck that the stores are full. I just don't be feeling like Sundays. I know I can make bank on Sunday, but I don't work Sunday. Like Sunday morning, I'm not getting off from work, so I don't be wanting to.
Sometimes you just want your you want to break too, man.
And I
yeah.
told you how my last few Sundays been going. So
Yep.
yeah, I mean, I've gotten accustomed to
I'd
that.
rather spend my Sundays like
I'd
that
rather
anyway.
spend my Sundays tired. That's
Yep.
all I'm gonna say.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna make some money this weekend.
I think we got to.
I got no. I usually I don't know. You guys don't give a fuck, but I usually my car insurance is due the 5th of every month. I usually push it back to like the 14th or whatever that following Friday is.
Yeah.
It's probably the 14th. I don't do math. I'm not Chinese, but 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 I forgot to do it this month. So yeah. So my rent
I
came
gotta
out.
take care of that.
My rent. No, I did it.
Oh, you
I
did?
it on
Oh.
the 5th.
Oh,
Unfortunately, my
good
rent
shit.
came out last week, and Rick gave me half of his rent money, but I had to use it on my fucking my phone. Not my phone. My car insurance.
Right.
And then I had a pre-order that I pre-ordered months ago. I got the notification. It was like, hey, your pre-order's ready. And I had to pay it by Tuesday, so I was like,
Oh shit.
so I paid it. It's just I spent almost $300 that I wouldn't have spent last week. So I'm not behind, but I would have.
You would have been more
I'm
ahead.
uncomfortable paying my fucking car insurance on time. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. you gotta push it at least a week
right.
before they try to charge you a late fee.
Because like when they hit me the notification on Friday, on the 5th. I think Friday was the 5th, and it was like, hey, we were unable to debit this money, and I was like, oh shit. Because like normally I'm ahead of it because I know I don't want to pay my fucking car insurance
Right.
on. So I always do it in advance to do it on the 14th. Didn't do that shit, and it would have been too late. Couldn't call them, so I was just like, fuck, I gotta just use this rent money. So he'll pay me the rest hopefully tomorrow, and I get paid tomorrow,
Exactly.
and I'll just be broke until next week unless I do Instacart. Or
But Instacart,
Postmates,
right.
Or go ahead and
Or
rob
whatever
some
to get
mangoes.
some extra. Right.
Just rob a motherfucker,
To
man.
prostitute yourself.
I've been doing that.
Prostitute
And
some cuddles.
I do a real good job, but no one pays me.
That's
Like,
true.
They end up leaving with a smile ear to ear, but they don't ever leave
But
any
they don't
money on
ever
a nice
they
thing.
don't leave you a tip at least.
No, man. Well,
They're
I'm
smiling and no tip.
I'm gonna say something when we get off the air. But yeah, they're smiling, but they don't even fucking tip me,
Yep.
man.
All right, guys. We'll see you all because I gotta hear what this is. Bye bye. Peace.
Thank you guys for putting up
We'll
with
be back.
us.
We'll be back again.